Tēnā koutou katoa, no mai haere mai, welcome into Mercury, Baypark and at Tauranga for the Sky Broadband Rapid League. We are kicking off round 3 with the Tauranga Whai hosting the Auckland Tuatara. You're watching Sky Sports coverage of the Rapid League. I'm Taylor Johnson, joining me is Crystal Ledger-Walker. What are we expecting from today, Crystal?
Yeah, the Whai squad is in good form. They had their biggest ever win in Rapid League with a 13-point win over the Nuggets. But they're missing Te Tuhi Lois today, so an adjustment will have to be made there. And the Tuatara, as we'll see them on the next slide, they're 1-1.
How crazy that we're only entering round 3 and only one team is undefeated in the Giants. It just goes to show how tight this contest is in the Rapid League.
Yeah, for sure. And it also goes to show all the off-season work that the teams like the Giants have been putting in with their young guns and coming out ready for this Rapid League.
There are so many rookies as well in the Rapid League, which is what we absolutely love to see. Here is the starting 5 for the visiting team, the Tuatara, Ioane, Wilkie, Wiley, Latu and Barrow. And how many seasons has Barrow been in this league? Is it 13?
I think it is 13. He's definitely got a lot of experience. But hey, only his second season playing Rapid League, so...
But it's so good to have someone of that experience in with the youngsters. In the starting 5 for the Tauranga, Thompson, Flavel, Masters, Boucher and Bazant. A whole lot of, I'll say, swag in that team when you got Bazant there. I love the way he plays. Masters as well has been shooting very well.
Yeah, Masters has been great. Not just in this Rapid League, but he's also been a massive piece of that main game in the NBL as well, as we take a look at our Chemist Warehouse stats.
Head to head, it's a big one. It's a good field goal percentage for Rapid League. Often we see it around the 20 to 30%, but that experience matchup between Bazant and Barrow is going to be great.
Yeah, it definitely will. We didn't see much of Bazant last year in Rapid, so he's really making his mark on this league this year. We see him getting warmed up, you know, getting into his bag more in this Rapid League, and then carrying that over to the main game. But yeah, one that's very exciting to watch.
Threes for today. You mentioned Te Tuhi Lois not playing. He is a big loss for the 3x3 Tall Blacks, but he surpassed Drew Leosunga up here last week with the most points in Rapid League. He's got 211.
Right, passing by Drew Leo, who had 205. So he's also out of the league. So Te Tuhi hopefully is just going to keep climbing in. Yeah, he's the new king of the Rapid League for now.
Which is very similar to the 3x3 style, right?
Yeah, it is. Super quick, super fast. I mean, Te Tuhi Lois is a scorer, we know that. It'll be interesting to see who else can stand up today. CJ Flavel is someone that I've watched at the high school level absolutely dominate. So I'm looking for him to find his confidence and comfortability in this league.
The Whai in their pink and blue, and the Tuatara, I'm liking the black strip for Rapid League with Thompson. First touch gets it to Boucher. They're the first ones with some possession. Boucher for a 3-point shot early, and it is money.
You can tell he's been working a lot on his shot on the off-season. This year, he's looked a lot more aggressive taking that shot.
Yeah, Boucher. Strong start to the game. Tuatara, can they respond? Well, Jet Thompson comes in with the big no sorry.
He's someone that's also got a lot of experience in this league.
Bazant for a 3-point. Can they go back-to-back? They can't, but they do crash the boards, and it will be their possession. Great hustle from Masters from behind.
Yeah, Masters massive off the bench for the Whai. We know he can score in multiple ways, but it's also those little things he does like that, crashing the boards, putting pressure on the defense to box him out, keeping them honest.
Early change as well for the Tuatara. They'll get possession back. Will the Whai? No.
Smart play, tapped it off him.
Came off Thompson's foot. So the Tuatara get a stop. Still looking to register their first points. Just over a minute gone in the first quarter. Tuatara for that little jump shot. That's a nice finish.
Yeah, great take from Wiley there, getting himself deep into the paint for that floater.
Boucher looking to go for his second lot of points, unable to do so. Couldn't quite get the touch. There's a nice drive up the middle of the court and a good finish too.
Yeah, great take. And that's a great thing about these Rapid League games as well. you can get out in transition, push it. The game is short, and teams do typically try to score really quick.
Casey Ioane with that bucket for the Tuatara. Year 13 at Dilworth. Good block coming in too. That time Matthew Dalton.
Hey, Maddie Dalton getting up there for that one.
A lot of rookies in this Tuatara team, not what we're used to seeing last year. Bazant gets a hand to it, does Casey Ioane. Wanting to push the pace are the Tuatara in the Rapid League. 3-point attempt coming up. Boucher comes flying in for the rebound.
Wilkie is an aggressive three-point shooter. You have to find him when he's out there. He's always ready and looking to light it up.
Boucher looking to distribute. And then gets the pass back, does Boucher. Trying to get a whistle too, wasn't able to come.
Yeah, a little too hard. Great defense from Nick Barrow to step up and meet him.
Almost got the intercept there. Did Thompson goes flying, the youngster Casey Ioane. Nice start to the game for him.
Great little finish.
Boucher gets it across to Masters. Bazant twirling around. Thompson at the top of the perimeter, gets it out wide to Masters for three. Try to get it to the bottom of the net. This feels being shown there.
Right, and this FI team, they love that three-point shot. They like to look for it. They're very aggressive to find it. But quite a short team today for the FI. Jaden Boucher playing that big man spot.
Rebounding is Wiley. Stepping back for the three-point shot. That one just hits the backboard, but there to tidy up Barrow.
Too big, too strong.
6-3, the visitors, 8-3 should I say, the visitors lead. Boucher looking for a second triple. Tuatara looking to extend their 5-point lead into the last minute of the first quarter here in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Nice give and get for the Tuatara, and they get fouled too, so there'll be our first trip to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
The Tauranga Whai struggling to score right now. We mentioned the loss of Tetohi Lewis away with the 3-on-3 Tall Blacks in Singapore. He's their best three-point shooter in this Rapid League group, shooting at around 42% from three. So he's a massive loss for them. And we see a couple of players today getting their debuts in Michael Wade and Paco Ranga.
Wilkie, second one. Because the Tuatara with the big lead in the first quarter. Trailing by 7 at the moment. The Whai shooting at 14% from the field. Masters looking to make that better. Can't do so, just ricochets in and out, losing the handles. I think he was pushed from behind there by Boucher.
The FI bench wasn't happy though. But that's a good look. Great look for Masters. We know he can knock that down. As this game unfolds, sure, we'll say that again. Let's look at Jaden Boucher, just a push from behind.
Very minimal push, but it was a push. If his hand wasn't there, I think that he was tripping anyway.
Tough that they're in the bonus though, and he gets to take a walk the court and go shoot a free throw.
Wilkie played for the Bulls back in 2021, back in the league this year. He also, it's funny, he played alongside Jaden Boucher at the 2019 Under-19 Nationals for North Harbour when they won. So
yeah,
maybe just a bit of a friendly banter there.
Right. Sure, no love was lost with that little push, but Jaden Boucher is an Auckland boy. I'm sure he's familiar with a lot of these players. Obviously, Matt Lacey coached Matt Rosmini and brought a lot of those Auckland products, Cruz Parrott Hunt as well, from Auckland.
See Gustello onto the court as well for the Tuatara. Here comes the Whai. Masters looking to add some points, finally does it. That is 2 threes for the Whai. They've cut that lead in half. 2 seconds left, Gustello lets it fly, almost gets there. So after a pretty poor shooting performance in that first quarter, It is the Whai who trail the Tuatara 12 points to 6. Crystal, if you are the Whai coaches, what needs to change?
Yeah, I mean, they've gotten some good looks. They just haven't dropped them, but could definitely pick it up on the defensive end. If we're not going to score, we can't let the other team score either. So that would be what I'm saying to my team. We are getting great looks. Keep shooting them, keep taking them, but let's start shutting down the Tuatara.
Large Fire Island pizza, $39.99. Fire Island, what do you think that is?
Yeah, I can't say I've ever had that pizza before, but I like the sound of it. Sounds spicy.
Stay wide.
Thing with the word fire on it. It's got to be pretty spicy.
Right, surely some peppers on that.
You're looking for some broadband, the FIBA starter, $50 a month for the first 12 months. It's a skybroadband.co.nz or call 09525 5555.
Made it into the arena. Welcome,
Looking at some of the Chemist Warehouse stats, and the field goal percentage is really what is hurting Whai at the moment. 22%, 2 from 9.
You jinxed them when they had the stats up at the start of the game. We were saying they look good.
Tuatara, on the other hand, 4 from 7, 57%. Gustello with ball in hand. He is a great young player. So at St. Peter's College, year 13. He's also a very good rugby player.
And he was also a part of that under-17 team last year that made noise at the World Cup in Turkey.
Voucher wanting to go quickly on transition, but triple team there. Gets back on his feet. Who's ball? Looks like it will still be the Whai ball. Foul on Wilkie. Onto the court is Takaurangi. As you mentioned, some debutants today for the Whai. Lovely spin move from Masters. He just can't find the bottom of the net.
I liked Takaurangi's idea, though, to wheel under the basket. Had good rebounding position if it was going to come to him. If I get the ball back anyways.
Whai to inbound the ball through Vizant. Takaurangi dishes it back to Vizant. Voucher tries to set the screen, and then Vizant with the fade away.
It's the change of pace. He just lulls the defense to sleep and then just blows by them.
We were talking off camera beforehand, but we just love watching Vizant play because he just plays with so much swagger. He just makes everything look so cool, calm, collected.
All right, so silky smooth. Just seems to come so easy to him, and we know it's not.
We talked about the experience that Barrow brings for his Tuatara team, but Vizant equally, as you say, doesn't play much rapidly. He started last year, but he has certainly been very great for these youngsters.
Yeah, and he's the type of player that, you know, sometimes you'll forget about them in the course of the game, but at the end of the game they'll pop up and they'll have like 20 points. And you're like, where did those come from?
On the free throw line. Every made bucket at the Chemist Warehouse stripe goes towards putting hoops in schools and in our communities. Great work from Chemist Warehouse and a great initiative. Dello to bring the ball down court for some options. All whacked out of the hand of Dalton's hands. Barrow. Shot clock starting to wind down. Nothing really happening here for the Tuatara. 2 seconds left. Has to go for it. Does that. Nice finish from Wiley.
Yeah, beautiful take. Up until that point, there was pretty good defense from the Whai. Didn't look like there were many options, but Wiley making something out of nothing.
Voucher was unmarked up there. Allowed that pass to wait. Takaurangi from the corner, and it's money ball.
Love that for him. Holds up the 3, running back on celebration. His first points in the league.
First points in the league, and it's a triple. How good. Gallo just looking for an option. Finally gets it. Decided against the first shot, then spun around. And the defensive voucher was enough. Thompson gets it on the fly from Boucher, tries to go underneath. Bounce pass to Bazant. Bazant steps back from the Chemist Warehouse. Wiley with the rebound. Two minutes left to go in this quarter. Gustello up and under. Decides against it, no. They're playing quite individually here for the Tuatara. No one really working together, or just looking to go individually.
Yeah, they are. But Wiley, what a tough take. Really creative and crafty, getting to his finishes as we see Jaden Bazan showing a bit of his own craft. Too easy, blowed straight by the defense. Jaden Bazan, anytime he gets in that paint, he's really tough to block, you would think, because he is, you know, a shorter guy in there. But he's just so creative with the way he gets the ball up and around the hoop.
Made his Tall Blacks debut back in 2022. The Bazant, the 29-year-old, Tauranga native as well, so it's nice to see that the Whai franchise has been established.
Yeah, and I'm glad that he's found a home for himself too. Obviously, a new dad, gets to come back home, be around his family, have his baby around, you know, while he's playing. So super cool for him and the whole fam.
Tuatara. Barrow there. Barrow decided against the pass, almost lost it there. Boucher trying to go one-on-one with him. Good basic defense from Boucher.
Yeah, great defense. Way to get his hands in there, make Nick Barrow a little bit uncomfortable.
Masters, this was it off to Flavel. Thompson with a bounce pass, nice look. Gets it back from Boucher, but doesn't finish.
Yeah, tough. Good pass. Would have thought that one would be a bunny for Boucher. Should have taken it. Instead, gave up that foul.
Into the last minute of the first half in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Tuatara leading 16-14. Tuatara had a lovely black strip today for the Rapid League game. Barrow, the ko-matua of the team. Wilkie. Another attempt for Wilkie. Oh, those ones are cruel, Crystal.
Yeah, that's tough. Two really good-looking shots from him. Just couldn't get the roll. So we see Masters bully his way to the basket and let the defense know about it. Oh, was that an offensive call?
Oh, wow.
I'm as surprised as he is.
Let's take another look on the GJ Gardner home replay.
Might have dropped his shoulder, but the defense definitely wasn't set. That's a tough call for Masters.
Maybe a bit of karma there.
Right, the basketball gods saw what was going on, gave the ball back.
Tough to take it off him after you flex on them. Pakaurangi. Oh, and another real coach killer. Stepping out of bounds. We've got it. BNZ to play a timeout here. Of course, you can have one each half. Make sure you scan that QR code and get your tickets to the big game. Register your sports team. You can have tickets to some of these really great games we've been seeing. Inspiring the next generation, the current generation, or even, you know, might have a Masters team out there. Come along.
Right, we don't discriminate. Walking basketball's a thing.
Big thank you to the team at BNZ for all they do for community hoops here in Aotearoa. Barrow. Oh, lovely steal coming in from Thompson. Does really well with that outside arm, not to give away the foul. So just the shot clock here. And finally calls for a BNZ player timeout. So if you missed the QR code that time, don't worry, we've got another one here, thanks to Jet Thompson. And you played for the BNZ at Northern Kahu this year, last year should I say. And it was cool to see a lot of kids coming up to the games, getting some free tickets thanks to BNZ.
Yeah, no, BNZ has really come on and invested heavily in basketball in New Zealand in the last year or so. I mean, the grassroots level of the game, there is so many kids that want to play, and we can use every dollar, every bit of help to help get these kids to leagues like this and on your screens.
I went to the Lantern Festival this year, sponsored by BNZ, and there were so many basketball hoops and so many people getting free basketballs. You love to see it. Love to see the growth of basketball here in Aotearoa.
Absolutely, and something like this Rapid League's also adding to that. So we see the Whai.
I mean, there's so many teenagers in both teams, a lot still at school as well. And what a nice incentive it is to play in this Rapid League and sometimes get a minute or so in the Sal's game and just rub shoulders with some of the experience that come to our shore.
Yeah, it's super cool. I know in our women's league we had a lot of WNBA players. Here we have legitimate NBA players. Like, that's a surreal experience that you dream about as a kid, as we see the Spain action go back to Masters.
Oh, lovely spin from Masters, but he's off target. So 1.8 seconds left to play. They've already used their BNZ player timeout, have the Tuatara. What's the call here, Crystal?
Yeah, not sure. I'm sure they wish they had another BNZ player timeout they could call. But we'll see who's got the long arm.
Well short there. So it is half-time here, and they have cut down the lead, the Whai, but it is still the Tuatara leading 16 points to 14.
Entertainment for tonight by men's basketball game. This is the 4x4-minute quarter rapidly game. So if you've just joined us,
we'll take a look at some of the stats here. Sekemus Warehouse.
Chris Wiley, massive in that first half, was really creative with the different ways he finished and made things out of nothing for his team. But this game, tale of two different quarters. The Whai struggled to score in that first quarter. The Tuatara struggled in the second, only with 4 points, the lowest score of a quarter in the start of this game. Jaden Bazant, though, had 2 nice assists. He's really playmaking for his team and was the reason that they were able to get back in this ball game. Jet Thompson with 2 steals, Wiley and Oane with 1 each.
You can see Rangi there in the 32 singlet. What a first touch in your first game.
Yeah, love that. Love scoring in your first game. I'm sure his family are at the game and hyping him up, I hope.
Ita te kurako papa Māori or Ruamata. And that's what I love about basketball, is you can just get seen from anywhere these days.
Yeah, you can, and it really helps that basketball's innovated in so many ways. We saw, 3-on-3 really take off within the last 10 years, and that's also really good for smaller schools that don't have as many students at their school, maybe can't, get a full 5-on-5 team, but you only need 2 mates to play 3-on-3. So most schools can do that and, make those teams and give kids the opportunities to be seen by the big scouts.
So the halftime score 16-14 to the Tuatara here in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. The Whai only trailing by 2, but we know both teams have some very capable scorers. That man right there, one of them, Thompson, been around for a long time, his 5th season in the Sal's NBL. Bazant for his triple. Soaring in for the rebound was Wiley. No one crashing the boards there for the Whai.
Yeah, no, not enough offensive rebounding pressure from the Whai.
Michael Wade onto the court, but they've stolen it. And again, it's Casey who won it.
Like his awareness to stay up the court, to pressure it, get his hands in on that ball. 2 quick points and the foul.
I've been impressed by Casey Ioane this afternoon. Shrugs off Thompson. Opportunity for a 3-point play. As I said, year 13 at Dilworth. This year went to St. Pat's Silverstream.
Yeah, he is a tough player, strong frame, a lot of potential. It's exciting to watch them, you know, at this stage of their career, go up against, you know, these full-time basketball professionals, get to battle it out, and potentially open other doors and pathways for themselves from it.
Bazant just taking him for a ride there, showing him how to bring the ball up court. He's not shying away from that battle against the experience you mentioned. Back to the Masters. Masters looking for that jump shot, gets his own rebound, gets the putback.
I wish there was stats to track the intangible things or, you know, the extra passes, because Jaden Boucher is in so many handoffs and gets players free, and he doesn't get the credit for it on the stat sheet.
He's been busy today, Jaden Boucher. And actually, we did the Sky Broadband Rapid League game last week on Monday when he played the Bulls, and he disrupted their flow of the game.
Yeah, he did, and he does those little things, and I think he actually came up with a game-winning play towards the end of it as well with his interception.
Yeah, the
way.
intercept, yeah.
Yeah, he gets out in the lane. So he is really smart, really heady, but yeah, does all the little things that matter and impact winning.
4-point lead now for the Tuatara. They got off to the big lead in the early stages of the game, but ever since then, Whai have been well and truly in contention. Boucher can't get the triple to drain, but they do have the ball back again. Masters going to go himself. It opened up for him.
He's just having fun. That is tough. Nobody even got in his way. He just put his head down and went to score.
Just another 18-year-old in the league doing well. Rotorua. The deep 3 attempt is no good for the Tuatara. So the Whai, can they level the game? Oh, Boucher leaves the ball behind, and it's now in transition for the Tuatara through Wiley. Leaves that one astray.
Yeah, very quick possessions up and down for the Tuatara.
Boucher looking for an option, gets it to Thompson. He decides against it. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Bazant goes himself. Wasted possession there.
Yeah, and a lot of individual brilliance at the end of possessions. Not really out of anything, just going themselves, putting their head down, seeing what they can do.
Barrow gets it to Wilkie. Wilkie for the mid-jumper. That looks good.
And that is a beautiful jumper. One that I'm sure we'll see more of tonight.
Yeah, don't forget we have the Sal's NBL game coming up after this. Boucher lets that one slip, but it comes off the knee of Barrow, so they will get possession back.
Subbing in for the Whai is number 6, CJ Clever. Subbing in for the Tuatara, number 39, Tauranga Whai.
Substitutions happening. Substitutions? That's a new word.
Just change the word, it's okay.
Thompson. Pakorangi. Masters. Hustle coming in from the Tuatara, but just hitting the hand was young Maddie Dalton.
I like that he tried to clog that lane and plug that gap, because Masters and Bazant have such a knack for beating their player one-on-one and getting downhill. So if you can make that space look more crowded than it is, hopefully it will deter them. Unfortunate that he got the foul there, but I like the idea.
Just over a minute left in this third quarter. Thompson to Masters, lets it fly. Good ball from Masters, draining the triple.
Yeah, his second one of the game.
Just down by 1 now, the fight. Hustling hard on defense. Barrow almost loses it. Good pressure coming in from the Whai. Again, it's that pressure on defence. Wilkie has to let that one go. And they get the rebound, and that's a lucky basket.
Good hustle from the Tuatara to hang around the basket, really try and get an O-board and make the most of that position.
Nolatu with that bucket for the Tuatara. 3-point lead. The Whai go through Pakorangi. He's stopped by the experienced Barrow. Glasu slows it down. 3 seconds left. And he just rolls his ankle on Pakorangi. That's the end of the third quarter, and it is still a very tight contest here in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game. But it is the Tuatara holding on to that lead, 24 points to 21. Well, both teams have had plenty of looks. In fact, an even number of looks, 22 looks each. The Tauranga Whai converted 7 of those, the Tuatara 9. Just to show how even this game really is.
Yeah, no, it is really even. What I have liked over the course of this game is the ball pressure has increased. That defensive presence from both teams has stepped up and made it a lot harder for both teams to score.
The Tuatara haven't had any success from the 3-point mark. 0 from 7. The Whai, 4 from 10. That is not bad. Both teams relatively even on the rebounding. 14 for the Tuatara, 13 for the Whai. But what the Tuatara are doing well, the points in the paint, they've got 14. That's more than double of the Whai in their 6. As we see the Tuatara come back onto the court for the last quarter. Gus Dello there, as you mentioned, is in the under-17 team. I've watched him play a lot of schoolboy rugby, and I tell you, if he decided to stick in rugby, which he didn't, he'd be going on to higher honours. He's a very talented athlete.
Yeah, we love the cross-code sports as we see a hard fall from Thompson, who sells that foul. I love when players play different sports and they can bring those different skills to the games. And not only that, but it also keeps you more interested in the game. I remember I used to play touch in the summer and basketball in the winter, and it was always refreshing to come back to the other sport because you'd had a little break and,
Costello could play in the forwards and the backs, had amazing footwork. He was a hard hitter.
Love to hear it.
So great to see him succeeding in basketball. The fight. 24-21, they trail. Jet Thompson gets underneath, gets into the lane, passes it out to Flavel. We haven't seen him with too many minutes in the Rapid League game, and what a rapid shot, and we're all level for the first time.
Love that both debutants have got their name etched in the scoreboard. Michael Wade, in high school, he likes to be called Money Mike.
Oh, Money Mike, that is gonna stick. Let's hope he can get some more money shots away. Fight, 26-24, down by 2, 3 minutes to go. This will give them plenty of confidence if they can get a win here after trailing for most of the game. Flavel for 3. That was a quick release from Flavel.
That was, and he's a teammate of Money Mike at Aquinas College, so very familiar with the Whai style of play.
So many high school students in this league. Shot coming in from another one, and Dalton. It's short. Costello, tough finish underneath, gets the rebound.
That is tough for Xander Masters, who was trying to box out with one hand and accidentally tipped it to Dello with the other. If only you could get assists when you give it to the other team.
Just like that, the Tuatara go back to a 4-point lead. Wade, Money, is he there? No. No Money Mike on that one. Giving away the foul there to the Whai. Did not really stood out to you in both teams?
Xander Masters has been massive in this game, obviously leading the way with scoring 10 points so far. But just his ability to knock that 3 down and take his player one-on-one, he's really not having any trouble getting by his own defender. It's that second line So he's been the main one for me in this game so far.
Wiley to Wilkie, then to Barrow, back to Barrow. Good ball movement being shown from the Tuatara. Trying to go in for the hook shot, gets his rebound, puts it up and under. Great follow through.
Yeah, and they need to go to him more often. He has a mismatch most times.
Yeah.
He's definitely the strongest guy out on the court, so if you can get it to him inside, the Tuatara should be looking to do that a little bit more.
Strongest and the tallest, only one over at 2 meters there. Oh, lovely tip away too, just fumbling that for Bazant, getting his hand to it was Barrow. Wiley. Well, the Tuatara know they've got time on their side, so they can take their time with every possession now. Boucher goes up against Barrow. Barrow trying to bully his way through. Oh, almost had the putback then Latu. Boucher gets a swipe at it.
Great hustle and crash from Latu to get that board. As I said, Nick Barrow takes so much attention inside. He's so big, so strong. Double rebounds by Latu there. The Whai struggling to box their players out.
Latu unsuccessful with that one. Played his junior basketball in Counties Manukau from Pakuranga College. Also used to commentating his brother on the rugby. Plays for Northland. That's Tavita Latu. So the Whai have just over a minute to score 8 points or 7 points to level us and go to OT. Is that looking for an option? Everyone quite static. Thompson for a deep three.
Big shot from him, and that makes it a 2-possession game. Can they get a stop right here?
Well, if they can, they were right back in this, but they've given it to Casey Ioane, who I've been very impressed with. Wiley. Wilkie changes direction, tries to cut across the key. Wiley again. Shot clock running down to 3. Jet Thompson with the steal. Getting the stop, as you mentioned, they needed it. Is that up to Wade? Oh, turning it over.
That is tough. For a game-winning possession, that's a tough call from the refs. Offensive foul. He did lean into it a little bit more than he should have, but we'll see if they can come up with another steal. They'll need it here. They choose to play the foul game.
That's tough.
Yeah, heartbreaking for the Whai. Massive steal from Jet Thompson before that.
He's had a few of those tonight too.
He has. But yeah, we see Jet and Voucher there just put a little extra sauce on that push into Wilkie.
So they send Chris Wiley to the line in the bonus now. His brother Josh Wiley getting the start in the Sal's game after this. Triplets.
But only 2 of them play basketball.
Yeah. You got to be different, you know.
They could have had a whole 3-on-3 team.
Missed opportunity.
No surprise that he made both of those free throws. He just seems so cool, calm, and collected. We saw that position before. He was saying, slow it down, let's run the clock. He seems like a calming presence, which you need for a point guard.
They've called for a BNZ player timeout. Scan that QR code for your chance to win tickets to some of the games this season. And we're at the early stages of the Sal's NBL and the Sky Broadband Rapid League season, so get in early. Don't leave it late. There's some amazing basketball being played across the country. We've got teams from Auckland down to Invercargill.
Right, no excuses not to get out and watch some basketball.
Masters looking for extra points. Can't get there. Getting the hand to it for the rebound was Noah Latu, and you'd think that's it for the Whai. They foul again. So I'll go back to the Chemist Warehouse striker. Remember, every made free throw, Chemist Warehouse donates a bit of money to go towards building hoops in schools.
And they're putting up some pretty cool hoops around town. You can move them right down from, you know, when you have little,
Where have you found them?
little kids and put them right up. I've been and seen some of the hoops in schools. There's one at the Sylvia Park school.
Awesome.
But yeah, good for all ages, as we see Jenna Bazant pushing the pace.
Looking for a last shot to end it. And it isn't to be for the Tauranga Whai, and very deserving winners in this game are the Auckland Tuatara. 34 points to 27. They were in control for the entirety of the match. So they've got the job done here in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, but can they do it in the NZNBL, still hunting their first win of the season in the big league? Let's take a look at the Chemist Warehouse points and Masters for the clinic.
Yeah, he was great for the Whai, but really the only one, him and Bazant, getting things done. The Tuatara, more of a spread scoring from them. Nick Barrow, massive with 6 points. Wiley was good for me. He was very poised, calming, as we mentioned throughout the game. Assists were flowing for the Whai, and blocks. Manny Dalton with one big one.
Thompson with 3 steals too. He was very good on defence. So that is it here at the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Kicking off round 3, and it is Tuatara with a win over the Whai. Do not go anywhere, because coming up at 7 o'clock we have the opening game of round 3 in the NZNBL. It is the Tauranga Whai hosting the Auckland Tuatara. We will see you shortly.
Have a little stretch. It's coming up very soon. It is the game between the Whai and the Auckland Tuatara. Okay, finally, just making sure that we see the biggest fan of shout-outs going out to the Northern Group, from mechanic, podiatrist, up of here to Wilder, White Tomo Fuel, Pacific Toyota, Bay Venues, Pack and Save, Go Media, NZNBL, Rocket Spark, Body in Motion, Tauranga Girls College, Almighty Drinks, Max Soda, upcoming and Thailand, Troy, all And if you can't stand up and dance, that's case of fire. All you have to do is just wave your arms around, move your shoulders around. I like to see that. So I've got some pizzas to give away. Who likes a pizza? Slice of pizza. Who would like a slice of pizza? And guess what? We're going to do this every week, and I'm going to ask the same question every week. So get used to it. If you come to support the games, I'm going to be looking at some stage of you getting up and doing something, having a dance, having a kani. So don't worry, no one's watching. No one's watching. It's alright, no one's going to be taping you either. No one's going to put you on TikTok or put you on Instagram. It's going to be fine, okay, fine? So, for every person that gives me a dance, I'm going to give them, actually, hold on, go low, bro, go low. We're going to go for like your best dance. Don't give me just the shake down, shoulder type thing. I want to see your best dance, and if you give me your best dance, in this area, I will give you a slice of pizza. You have to go 100%, not 20%, not 30%. I want everybody to go 100%. We have to stand up. If you can't stand up. Okay, are you guys ready? Everybody needs to give these people, find out over here, a bit of inspiration, a bit of like support. Okay, everybody, round of applause for these guys right here. Okay, we got the music going. Here's the music. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, bro, you deserve 2 pieces of pizza for that one, brother. Okay, I like it, see? And that's what community does, because he jumps up and does his thing. Brother, are you ready? Okay, everybody, watch this guy. Give him a round of applause. Let's go. Is that your best dance? Your best dance? Okay, see? I'm going to give it to him because he did his best dance. Thank you very much, I'm saying. Okay, so this is 4 in the middle. It's going to be your best dance. And even if you're uncoordinated, if you can't dance, it's all right. We support you anyhow. So, okay, Vano. So on the count of 3, 3, 2, 1, in the middle. Give us your best dance. Make some noise. You are winning. Keep on going, bro. Keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going. See, I love that participation from the people in Tauranga. I appreciate you, young sir. You can have 2 pieces of pizza. I like it. So, anybody else in this corner? Anybody else? No? We're all good? We're good? Okay, I'm going to move along to this side. Okay, Father. I'd like to give you some pizza. Just remember, don't worry about it. You know why? Because this is the basketball community. And you're like, yes. If you love the basketball community, make some noise. DJ, go low. Okay, that was a bit weak. We're going to try again, Fano. If you love basketball, make some noise. Okay, Fano, because let's put this to the test. Is everybody here to support the fight? Make some noise if you're here to support the fight. Okay, I like that. So if we're here to support the fight, we should love basketball, right? So if you love basketball, once again, make some noise! Okay, I like it, not bad. Fans, I'm pretty, persistent, and I'll be asking week after week. So right here, if there's any people right here to do their dancing moves, get up and do your thing. Okay, you ready? Don't point at the other person, make them stand up. Okay, DJ, got that beat. Oh yeah. Turn it up, DJ, turn it up. If you can. Any guys in the middle? Okay. Ooh, show us, these guys are going hard already. Yo. Yes. I love it. I like it. Hold on. Wheel it up. Go back to the beginning. So we're going to go over this side. Hope you guys are alright. If you guys are here, this is your first time. My name is King Capisi. Very nice to see you, everyone. Very nice to see you. And how are you guys going? 5 words, you guys alright? Good, you guys good? All good. Catch fire? Salute going out to these guys, okay, Fano? So on this side, he's like, okay, I'm not going to say anything, but Kia ora, we just said congratulations on being the coach for the Tall Ferns. Please, can you give it up for Coach Mel for making it? And she's like the coach for the Tall Ferns. Salute, 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 salute. So, is there anyone on this side that might be able to give us a good cunny, or good, now that exclude you, you're fine, but anyone on this side? I'll play intros. Okay, I'm going to do the play intros. Taking a long time, but DJ, play that beat. What I That's all right. Okay, fine. Introducing the visiting team all the way from Auckland. Please, can you put your hands together for number 2, Josh Wiley. Number 0, Charlie Pride. Number 5, Wade Twak. Number 32, Tom Bodanovich. And the last starter of the NBL visiting team for the Tuatara is number 11, Josh Ledger. Also, number 10, Chris Wiley. Number 22, Gus Dallow. And number 15, Nick Barrow. And number 9, Dylan Wilkie. Number 39, Tyler Lottu. Number 26, Matthew Dalton. And number 7, KC Wale. The head coach for tonight is Cam Glidden, and the assistant coach is Sione Mama. Please make some noise for the Auckland Tuatara. And introducing your fine team for tonight. Please put your hands together for the starting 5. Number 1, Chris Jones. Number 5, Cruz Perro Hunts. Number 7, Sean Besto. Number 42, Taylor Zana. And number 27, Carla Hoboy. Also, please put your hands together for number 66, Jaden Present. And number 4, Jake Thompson. Number 8, Alexander Masters. And number 2, Jaden Pumshaw. Number 6, CJ Flavel. Number 31, Michael Wade. And number 32, Taiapo Pakorangi. Please put your hands together also for the head coach, Matthew Lacey. And the assistant coach, Doug Courtney. That is your 5 players for tonight, Fano. Currently just under 12 minutes to go before the starting of the NBL game. If you just arrived, the Rapid League game was won by the Tuatara. Moving on to the next game. Get yourselves ready, probably just under 12 minutes left to go before tip-off. Now we can get going, so let's go.
Tēnā koutou katoa, no mai haere mai. Welcome in to round 3 of the Sal's NBL. The Tauranga Whai are hosting the Auckland Tuatara, who are searching for their first win of the season. We're at Mercury Baypark in Tauranga for this one. An exciting week of hoops coming up, but we start off on a Tuesday. I'm Taylor Johnson. Joining me is Tuafu Crystal Ledger-Walker. Tēnā koe, Crystal.
Hello, thank you for having me here. I'm excited to see how this game unfolds.
Well, scan that QR code and vote to who you think you're going to win. And that is a surprise to me that people are backing the Tuatara over the Whai. The Whai have 2 wins and a loss. The Tuatara are 0-2 at the moment. But the viewers at home are picking the Tuatara at present. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised as well. The Whai have been in great shape. They only have 1 loss to the Bulls, and honestly, that was a really close game, which easily could have gone the other way. So I'm a little bit surprised as well. But hey, this Tuatara squad has to be hungry. They're waiting on the reinforcements to come in, and I have no doubt that those other players will step up today, waiting for them.
Let's take a look at the ladder for the season as well. It is the Hawks and the Bulls currently at the top, as well as the Rams. Everyone with a loss already though, because the league is tight.
The league is so competitive. I like those squads last year that didn't do too well. They totally revamped their squads. They got in new coaches. They're looking a lot better. One of those teams we see, the Sharks. We didn't know much about them. They've got some new players, but their coach, a lot of experience. And I'm looking for particularly the Sharks to get on a run late in this season.
As I mentioned beforehand, still plenty of games to come. We're at Tuesday. It is round 3. The Saints will host the Sharks tomorrow, and the Nuggets will host the Jets on Thursday. And on Friday, it's a double. The Panthers and the Fire, and the Giants and the Bulls. Also, don't forget, we do have games in the weekend too. As I mentioned, the Tuatara looking for their first win. They are without a few key players in Rob Lowe and Dan Fortu, Chris McIntosh, Noah Rasmussen as well. But the starting 5, Pride, Wiley, Tuach, Ledger and Vodanovic. I know you absolutely love the look of Ledger, but Vodanovic has been strong for them as well. We caught up with him earlier. Let's see what he had to say.
Tommy V, going into tonight's game, I know you guys, it's an unfamiliar territory being 0-2. What do you guys have to do to, get back in the winning column?
Man, it's never easy, starting 0-2, but I mean, we're going up against another good opponent tonight. They're well coached, well drilled. There's some real talent out there, so we're just going to have to lock in, man. We're letting teams score a bit too many points on us, points in transition and O-boards, little things we can tidy up. So we tidy up a few of those things, we'll be in a better spot.
So they're looking forward to this matchup tonight. An up and rising star in Carter Hopai against you. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, I've had the pleasure of working with him in the Tall Blacks camp recently, and he's a outstanding kid, man. His potential is sky high. So for me, it's just, man, trying to hold my ground as an old head out here and see what I can do. We'll see what happens.
Thanks, Tommy.
Lovely words from Vodanovic about Karo Hopoi. He is full of potential, as we know, the 18-year-old going up against the 30-year-old, young 30-year-old in Tom Vodanovic. He's not as old as he's making it out to be. But here is the starting 5 for the Tauranga Whai. Jones, Perrott Hunt, Bairstow, Zana and Hopoi. And has anyone stood out for you at present?
Cruz Perrott Hunt has been massive, and with Chris Jones as well, kind of two players that they need to key in on, players that are coming off with massive games, 25 points apiece.
Well, we caught up with Chris Jones earlier from the Fire. Let's see what he had to say.
We're here with Chris Jones from the Fire. Chris, you've made an instant impact with this Fire team. As you go into tonight's game, what's the game plan for tonight?
Play our style of basketball. Defend, get out in transition, run it, play the coach want us to run in certain situations. And for me, just keep being the leader that I am and keeping these young guys motivated. Like I told them last game, we came off a loss. We missed more shots than we usually do, so we got to keep our head. And last game we showed it. We came out strong, and then we're just trying to capitalize on this game.
So, Chris, you've played around the world. What's the difference between playing around the world and here in New Zealand?
I think it's way more structured, basketball-wise. A lot of people take the extra pass. The coaching is very disciplinary over here. I love it. And also the living situations outside of basketball. That for a basketball player, we have to have a great mental, and I think that's a lot comes into it where we live. We by the beach. Everybody loves sun. We're not freezing cold. So for me, it's just a great mental space for us, and we're taking full advantage of it.
Good luck for tonight.
Well, the Tauranga Whai need to clip that interview and send it to any potential import that is going to come to Aotearoa, because he has sold it for them off the court, loving the coaching as well and the discipline action of it. But let's take a look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head points per game and points against. Very concerning for the Tuatara.
Yeah, that points against particularly stands out for the Tuatara. They'll need to improve their defense dramatically, because the only reason why that Whai score points per game offensively is so low is because versus the Bulls, they're so defensive minded. We saw that game was in the 60s, which is low and rare in this league.
Field goal percentage also not too flash for both of these teams, so we're wanting to improve on that too. The stage has been set for round 3, and as we mentioned, it is such a tight competition this year. The Rapid League points are going to be very important. Match officials Brad Clive, Reese Hamilton and Bryn Watson the Sky Broadband Rapid League game between the Tuatara and the Whai. It was the Tuatara who got the job done, 34-27. They'll be hoping for more of that to come in the Sal's NBL matchup. But you mentioned it beforehand, the Whai are very defense-focused. But what do they need to do offensively to get the win today?
Yeah, we know the Whai likes to shoot the 3-ball. We know that they like to play out in space, get downhill and kick to their shooters, find their shooters. I'm looking particularly for Sean Bairstow to show out and have a good game. He's been quiet and still hasn't really found his zone in this league. We know he can perform at that top level playing for the Breakers, but coming back to the Sal's NBL, can he translate that and can he, step up his game and help contribute on the offensive end for the Whai?
And equally for the Tuatara, as we mentioned, they're without Wihuki, Rob Lowe, and a couple others, which is big. So what do they need to do to get the win today?
Yeah, it will be a collective effort. We know Tuach and Vidanovic can light it up, and they're two players that will be key and have to show up for the Tuatara today. But can others? Can Charles Pride step up? Can Josh Ledger contribute on the boards? Can we have contributions from the rest of the team to help get the Tuatara over the line?
Losses to the Bulls and the Airs first up for the Tuatara and for the Whai. They got that first up win over the Rams, that loss to the Bulls, and then another win over the Nuggets. This week they also play the Panthers on Friday. The Tuatara will play the Giants at home on Sunday.
Yeah, and that'll be a massive game for them. And the Tuatara, I'd also look for them just to give it everything. They have other players coming back into their roster, so you're not saving anything. You're throwing it all out on the court because, as you were saying, this is a very competitive league this year, and these wins are all going to count up at the end.
Interesting comments too from Chris Jones saying that the basketball down here in New Zealand is very structured compared to everywhere else he's played.
Right, structured and disciplined coaches. You like to hear that. Obviously, Matt Lacey has got a system in his team that he wants run to perfection. So good that the point guard understands that and is trying to get his team in on that disciplined style of play.
So in the Rapid League game, we saw the Tuatara in black. Now they are in their teal strip. And with the Tauranga Whai in the navy.
We are going to be standing until the first basket is scored. This is going to be fire. Auckland Tuatara versus the Whai. Everybody say fire!
But the ball deliverer coming out, not too keen on a photo with Kana Hopoi. I mean, when you're 6'7", it is pretty scary for a youngster.
Right, those are scary knees to look at when you're down that low.
Round of applause for Zion.
Hopoi and Ledger
Okay,
for the tip-off.
Are we ready?
Kara Hopoi been massive for the Whai this season, really improved from the last season. You can tell that the Whai team works their locals in the off.
It is the Tuatara with first possession. Young 18-year-old Josh Wiley gets that nice vision as well, and look, and it's an early bucket coming in for Boy Tuach.
Man, that is tough, right over the top of Chris Jones. Obviously a matchup that they want to exploit, that height advantage.
Good confident pass as well from Wiley. You see that vision, Pero Hunt lets it fly early. Unsuccessful, so Tuach brings the ball up court. Ledger has a go, wants to take on Zana. Gets a pass back, does Ledger, leaves the ball behind him. Zana, good defense. Just getting a hand to it, so Parrot Hunt will bring the ball up court for the Whai in search of their first points of the quarter. Chris Jones gets it to Hopoi. Bairstow gets it back out to Hopoi. He's put a foot out of bounds. Tommy B inbounds the ball for young Josh Wiley. Vidanovic, here's that matchup they were talking about. Committing the foul early was Hopoi. Thought he got away with that one.
Yeah, Vidanovic is going to be a tough matchup for him. So versatile, can knock the 3-ball down, but strong at getting himself inside as well. As we have a look on replay, just that change of direction, change of pace. Kind of Hopoi, yeah, almost had the block with the length, but Vidanovic too strong down low.
Vidanovic playing in his 9th season in the league, over 100 games. Sal's NBL, and Hopoi and Vidanovic spent a bit of time together. The Tall Blacks. And they get the offensive rebound, do the Tuatara. So another opportunity for Vidanovic for 3. Unable to convert, so Zana gets the ball to Jones. Zana just goes himself. Ledger just allowed him to get around.
Great take by Zana. The Whai spaced that floor so well, so the lane's wide open for him or for anyone in that fact. If they want to take a look at that, the keyhole nice and wide open for Zana to rip right by his defender, get himself to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
Converts as well. First points for the Tauranga Whai by way of Talib Zana. Tuatara. Another offensive possession. Vidanovic on Hopoi. The master and the apprentice. 3-point shot for the Tuatara, and it is good. First look, and it's money for Tuach.
I like that look from him. He's dangerous out on the 3-point line, especially when he starts dribbling. Patting it around, Kata Hopoi for the response.
Hopoi's radar was off there. Perrott hunted well to commit the defenders and get the ball out to an open Hopoi. Wiley pushes off Hopoi. That is a tough finish and a confident finish from young Josh Wiley.
Yeah, very confident, very poised on that play. Obviously, Kata Hopoi has a lot of size, is a blocking machine, but Wiley unfazed with the floater.
Zana spins away. Doesn't get the ball there, so Pride. A bit of a tangle there. Tara Hunt committing the foul against Ledger.
Fouls on number 5, Cruz Perry.
Good start for the Tuatara in this game. But we've seen them, you know, they stick around for 3 quarters with other teams. It's all about the finish for the Tuatara. Are they going to be able to keep this up all game? So can they get multiple people firing so that they can withstand the full 4 quarters?
Feels like a laboured start as well from both teams. Used to seeing they go at a very quick tempo. Hopoi with the block and then finish down the other end through Besto. That's teamwork.
Love that take from Besto, getting out in transition. He's so good in that guard position, pushing the ball, initiating offense, getting out and running.
Tuatara unable to convert that one. Jones brings it down. Besto sets the feet, decided against it, drives closer. Doesn't get the roll off the rim, but the putback is good from Zana.
Great positioning, great early positioning from Zana on that box out.
Vidanovic. Very busy as Vidanovic looking for a 3-ball again. Tuach.
Tuach feeling good to start this game. 2 quick threes from him.
Auckland Tuatara will be happy with this start. As we mentioned, they are without a lot of big name players, but opportunities for people to stand up. Wiley certainly has. Besto with the big step around.
I love those takes from Besto. Got his confidence in transition, so we see Tuach attacking again.
Hopoi's height, so Ledger decided against it. Tuach to Vidanovic. Playing around with it. Tuach with a deep 2. He is feeling hot tonight.
Yeah, he's in great shape right now. A little bit of a heat check. Definitely need to find him on defense.
Jones steps back for the 3-point shot. That one is good too. Both teams starting to find their radar.
Yeah, good shot from Jones. That jumper is so deadly for him.
Vidanovic thought about it, wants to go toe-to-toe with Hopoi, gets the foul too.
That's tough because it's 2 fouls on Kata Hopoi in the first 5 minutes. A lot of coaches have the rule that you sit on 2 as we have a look at Jones's replay. But Kata Hopoi, that's a big loss for them.
And there he is. Getting off, in fact, we've got a timeout. Why do you think this timeout's been called?
I'm not sure. I know the Whai will surely want to talk about it, especially if Karahopoi's off. That's a big man, big presence lost inside for them. But Vodonovic, so smart, knew that he was already on one. Know that he's a little bit smarter, getting himself into the lane, drawing those fouls. Went straight at Hopoi, got him out of the game.
So all you have to do is show me your socks, and if you've got the socks that I like, I'm going to give you a pair of hot socks.
Take a look at some of the Chemist Warehouse stats at the moment, and the Tuatara are shooting very well at the moment. 62% from the field, 5 from 8. The Whai at 55%, and we saw pre-game that both of them were sitting under 40%, so in the early stages of the game, they're on point.
Right, Tuach, 10 points already. He shot out of the cannon to start this game.
Can we just, everyone just have a quick look at these socks? These are the best socks. They are no socks, but they got tattoos on it. Auntie, you got the best socks. Hey, no, me, you taking fire, right? She's like, I was like, socks? What are these socks? Awesome fire. I've never seen them before, so shout out to attention.
Both teams. So to come back on the court, plenty to be said. It is a very close contest. In the opening 5 minutes, Hopoi, as we mentioned, 2 fouls early. Vodonovic, that's all of his experience going against the youngster. And knowing that he's probably more likely to get the whistle on offense. Boucher comes onto the court, as does Masters. And the substitutions early are the Tauranga Whai.
Here we see the Whai have gone with a smaller lineup, potentially a quicker lineup. If they can't go big, if they don't have that big presence inside, we may as well play fast, make the Tuatara run around a bit on defense.
Let's see if they can push the pace. They've also put Bazant on wholesale changes for the Tauranga Whai after that 5-minute timeout. Chris Jones. He's got 3 defenders on him. Someone's bound to be free. He pops it up to Boucher and it spins, eventually falls down.
Right, pivot galore there for Chris Jones. Went all around the world and found his player wide open under the basket. Good fakes.
They're just trying to dish the pass off. Boucher proving to be a menace. Masters, as Vodonovic does well. Just to stifle the momentum. Tuach has Pero Hunt there. Tuach misses that, but Pride with the rebound, but again, just picked the pocket, did Chris Jones.
Great quick hands from him, and honestly, that was a good pressured defensive set just there from the Whai.
Boucher, it opened up for him. The bounce pass was to the wrong person. Tuach there, got in the lane, and then got a finish. Doesn't give us a slam, but gives us the layup.
Right, takes the easy one. He's already got 12 points. He's like, I'm giving you guys a scoring show.
The look was there for Boucher, but just getting in that passing lane was Tuach. Setting the screen, Chris Jones for a deep 3, leaves it on the rim.
The subs in for the Tuatara is number 9, that Dylan Nagupi.
Tauranga Whai trailing by 3. Masters. 10 points in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game for Masters. Pero Hunt. Give and get with Boucher. Pero Hunt for 3.
Great contest by Tom Vodonovic to get out on that one.
Ledger in his 6th season in the NBL onto the court as well. Has Wilkie. Jones to Masters, back to Jones. Trying to get some ball movement going. Tuach and Jones.
Yeah, I like that matchup between Jones and Tuach going at each other early in this game. But Jones, he's so patient on his drives. He reacts to what the defense is giving him.
Chris Jones with a trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And a big thank you to the Chemist Warehouse, who are putting hoops in schools and around our communities with every made free throw. So big thank you to Chris Jones for banking that one.
Right, and the refs for putting them there.
He's been playing for the London Lightning in the Canadian League, averaged 19.8 points per game, 7.4 rebounds and 6.9 assists.
Yeah, he's a scorer and a winner. A lot of clubs he's been at before, he's impacted their winning culture. That's something that Matt Lacey spoke about prior to Chris Jones getting out here.
Tommy V went early.
These are all those vet games that they play with the refs and the other players like Tommy V. You know, give you a little bump. And then when you get one back, then you look at the ref and say, did you see that?
Couldn't convert that one either, Jones. 2-point lead to the Tuatara, hunting their first win of the 2025 South NBL season. Wiley bounce pass to Wilkie. Vodanovic playing mind games there with Pero Hunt, trying to bully his way through. Leaves it on the lip of the rim. Good defense from Pero Hunt and a height mismatch. Jones driving through the lane, opens up. Easy finish for Jones.
Great take, really turned that corner around the defense, got himself downhill, and the Tuatara forced to call that timeout.
Pushing the pace was Jones. Very quick and nimble on court. Just decided to go himself and it opened up.
Yeah, he's had a great start to this ball game. The Tuatara will definitely want to talk about how they're going to slow him down, how they're going to keep the Whai out of the lane. They're having a lot of success getting downhill there.
We're all tied up here. The Mercury Baypark and Tauranga, 17 points each. In the Sky Broadband Rapid League game earlier, it was the Tuatara who got the win 34-27 over the Whai. Currently leading scoring for the Tuatara. Boy Tuat with 12 points in the first quarter. Scoring a bit more evenly spread for the Whai. Dan up with 5, Bessa with 4, Chris Jones with 4. Field goal percentage sitting at 50 points apiece each. It's been a good contest so far.
And the Whai will be happy to be home after taking their team, their franchise, down the road to Rotorua for their last game. So cool that, you know, these franchises that cover bigger regions make an effort to go out and see different parts of their community.
Vodanovic gets it to Wilkie. Dishes it back to Vodanovic. Love the look of Josh Wiley. Played for the Tuatara 5 games last year. Now has a starting position. A few players still to come. Tuat tried to dish it off to Vodanovic. Just put a little bit too much on that one.
Yeah, just a bit too fast, but the right idea. Vodanovic was coming open on that roll, but both players taking up so much defensive attention from the Whai.
Besto, Tomas's backcourt killer.
Yeah, that's tough. Coaches hate to see that. Those are little things that you do in practice and nobody says anything about them, but then you come to the game and it really matters and there's really refs.
So they've gifted possession back to the Tuatara. Matt Lacey will not be happy with that error. Tuaj. Boucher decided against it. What a goaltend.
They did call a goaltend.
I don't think that. I would love to see a GJ Gardner home replay there.
For the Tuatara fans, I'm happy because that layup should have been automatic.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, I don't think I saw anything up there. But hey, home court advantage.
It's not though. Tauranga Whai They'll be ruining that one. Bairstow will want to make amends. What can he do? He responds.
He is being so aggressive this game. I love to see it. He's now got 4 points, should be 6 points to his name.
Wiley trying to jump into that shot. Vodanovic for 3. He was feeling hot outside the perimeter in that Ayers game. Too many offensive rebounds here for the Tuatara. Whai won't be happy with that. Tuach trying to get the reverse, won't get it, but will take a trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe again.
You're right, too many offensive rebounds for the Tuatara there. The Whai really struggling to find their player, get a body on them. Because when the Whai is small like that, before they had Zana back in there, they do need to find a body. You are giving up some size.
Let's not forget too, for those that have just joined us, Hopoi was on 2 fouls within the first 4.5 minutes of this game, so he is taking a seat on the bench, and they do give up a lot of height. 6'7", 18-year-old. Made his Tall Black debut last year. Boy Tuach to add to his big collection of points already. What a find for this Tuatara team. Born in Ethiopia, went to high school in Nebraska. Recently been playing in the Greek League.
Yeah, I'm excited to see when the likes of Rob Lowe, Will Hickey, Dan Fotu come back, how he slots in with them. We know Rob Lowe, you know, can dish it out from all angles, as well as Will Hickey. He's an absolute bucket. So I'm excited to see when this Tuatara squad is full strength, what roles they'll step into.
Great rebound by Masters to get it back to Bazant. Shot clock running out. He gets a foul. That is an opportunity for a 3-point play and one.
And that is a big body move. There were 3 Tuatara players coming his way. Did not matter. Let's check it out on replay. Look at the attention he draws from Tuatara. Can't do anything about it though. Got the bucket and is sent to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
Zana played for Nigeria in the 2019 FIBA World Cup, born in Nigeria, moved to the USA age 16 to attend high school. 4 years at the University of Pittsburgh. He was drafted to the OKC Thunder same time as Stephen Adams, but got waived. Played alongside him.
Maybe that's why he came out here.
Must have heard some stories.
Right, I'm sure he's already used to the Kiwi physicality.
Talk about physicality, the block underneath from Parahat, but they got there in the end with the putback. Fight. Thought about that shot. Zant, once he gets hot, he is hot, but he's able to get that one. Parahat fought hard for that rebound. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Jones, who's nominating themselves? There's a height mismatch there if he wants to go for it. Zana, tough shot. And giving away the foul to young Maddie Dalton.
I like that they're going to him, that they're making effort to get the ball to him. He's so physical, so strong. He hadn't had any trips to the free throw line before this game, so already we can see the aggressiveness he has to score. Averaging 2 points per game before this one as well, so also over his mark there.
Casey Ioane was the one who scored beforehand for the Tuatara, one of the high school students, year 13 at Dilworth. I'm sure some of his classmates are watching and supporting tonight. Zana rolls around the rim. Don't you just hate that, Crystal?
You really do, especially on free throws.
No issues with the second attempt, and we're all tied up again at 23 points apiece here in the opening game of round 3 of the Sal's NBL. Both teams going to their benches early. Hunt looking for the steal of Casey Ioane. 10 seconds left in this first quarter. can hear his bench counting down. Getting up for the shot. It's not going to go down, but they will have 2 attempts from the free throw line.
That was smart. You can tell he's drilled that a lot. That hard show came. He knew the defense had to go back, and as soon as they turned their head, he was gone. Let's watch it on replay. As soon as Talib Zana turned his back, Wiley was out of there.
Wiley plays so cool, calm and collected for an 18-year-old at Rosmini College last year with his brother Chris, who's also in the squad, his triplet brother. But we spoke about the Tuatara being missing quite a few players. Prime opportunity for the likes of him to play more minutes as the second shot misses, and we've got a BNZ player timeout called here by Bazant. I think there was about a second left on the shot clock, on the game clock, sorry. But get your phones out and scan that QR code, the BNZ ticket to the big game. Get a chance to win tickets. Register your team, your community group. Have an opportunity to go and watch some of these games. There's matches all the way from Auckland's North Shore down to the deep south and Invercargill and everywhere in between. BNZ doing so much for community hoops here in New Zealand. 0.7 seconds left. Crystal, who gets it?
Yeah, it's got to be, I'm imagining it's going to be something at the rim or quick hands. Did he get it in time? Doesn't matter.
Almost. Great attempt from Parent Hunt there, but it is a close contest here at Mercury Baypark in Tauranga. The Tuatara searching for their first win of the season, leading at the first quarter break, 24-23.
What up, guys? So everyone, please make some noise for these guys. It's the first one to make a bucket will actually win this $200 voucher from Waitomo. So everyone, if you can, count us down. 3, 2, 1. And are you happy to win that, Ethan? Yep. Yeah, you're happy with that? So everyone, what's your name, brother? Dwayne, everybody make some noise for Dwayne. I like that. I'm going to learn how to make that last a little bit longer because there's still a minute to go. So we're going to try and start something. So we've had the chant for a long time. When I say fired up, you say fired up! Okay, so I've got this new chant. It's going to go, teams from the Bay of Plenty non-stop. You're going to say, fire is here. Let's stand clear. Okay, so I'm going to say, teams, because that's one of my songs, so you're like wondering why. I'm going to go, teams from the Bay of Plenty non-stop. You're going to go, say, fire is here, fire is here. Okay, let's try that. It's going to be the first time. Teams from the Bay of Plenty non-stop. Fire is here, fire is here. Teams from the Bay of Plenty non-stop.
No mai hoki mai, welcome back to Tauranga, where it is the Auckland Tuatara leading 24-23 over the Tauranga Whai. It is Tuesday night hoops, round 3 of the South NBL kicking off. Tuatara 0-2. Whai 2-1. Get yourself a large Fire Island pizza for $39.99. Take a photo of that whole QR code because it is still valid up until Tuesday, 1st of April. Have something to eat because we have got a game on our hands here. Taylor Johnson joining you with Crystal Ledger-Walker. Crystal, what do you think was said in both huddles?
One key point that I think both coaches would have picked up were the offensive rebounds they're giving up to the other team. Whai have 4 offensive rebounds, the Tuatara have 6. That's too many.
Pero Hunt goes up and underneath and he does get a foul.
And Nick Barrow didn't like that one. We see Matt Lacey just telling his team to play off 2 feet, be a little bit more settled.
Jones struggling to find someone, and eventually gets it to Zana. Keseoane tasked with defending him. Wiley disrupted. Josh Wiley. They've called Keseoane here for a foul, but I've loved the way that these youngsters have come onto the court and hustled hard, making the most of every opportunity that is presented to them.
Yeah, for sure. They've come out, they've given 110% effort, and that's all coaches can ask for. You know, a lot of these young players, they don't have the experience at this level, but you can't fault their effort.
Bairstow. Danovic's frame in front of him. Jones steps off the left, goes with the right, threads himself through. He had no right to get through that gap whatsoever.
Crafty hesitation, just gets Pride up off his feet and blows by. When you're that short in height, you have to have crafty moves like that.
Danovic looking for some support. Ioane. Ioane is showing what he can do. Has two players on him. Rightly gets the ball away to Barrow.
Yeah, Barrow saved him there. Ioane not having anywhere to go on that drive. Barrow knew it, came in to save the day on that cut.
Smart from Ioane to drive because he knew he was committing those defenders and just needed to get it to someone through Bairstow, but Bairstow could have put the ball up. Pride haven't seen much from him in the opening quarter of the game.
Oh, and I think we've got a little bit of a hooking foul on that box out. Zana holding Barrow with one arm. Check it out on replay. Yeah, just hugged him a little bit too much with that off arm.
Wiley, Pride for another three-point attempt. That one's away too. Not getting much luck outside the perimeter. Bairstow. Jones has options left and right, gets it to Bairstow. Bairstow loses his footing. Hard hustle defense again coming in from Ioane, just not phased by some of the bigger players he's coming up against.
Yeah, he is getting up and in their grill, making his presence be known.
Bairstow to Zana. As Barrow marking him, you can hear the bench calling down the shot clock. Jones was looking for a whistle, gets it, and one.
Wow, that is tough from Jones. The little head fake into the body of Barrow. Crafty, his body's going to be sore tomorrow. Have a look at it again. Barrow just comes too close. Guess they have him, you know, getting him on his side, because for the most part it looked like Barrow was in his cylinder.
Looked pretty set there to me. I mean, the Tuatara had a few calls go their way in that first quarter. Maybe getting the rub of the green here, the fine out.
4-point play by Chris Jones, number 1 for the fine.
Tauranga fine out with their biggest lead of the game. Wiley, the youngster, loses his footing, still drives forward. Tries to get their shot up over the top. Bairstow couldn't take it cleanly, but bats it into the hands of Jones. He wants to push the pace and get around Ioane. Gets up and under. Too quick.
He spoke about that in his pre-game interview. They want to push in transition. They want to get out and score fast if they have the lane.
Now he's hustling hard on defense. Getting tangled up with Vodanovic. He's pleading with the ref, saying, well, did you see that? Ref said absolutely not. Bairstow. He's going to try push the pace. So waiting in the wings. Parrot Hunt. Not finding his target at the moment is Parrot Hunt.
But I like the pace, and I like the pace of Wiley on that drive.
Young Wiley showing them how it's done.
He is slippery, getting away from his defense, finding ways to get himself in the lane. Look at this, change of pace, turns really quick. Up off the glass for the easy deuce.
Parrot Hunt has not put up any points.
Yeah, I don't expect it to stay this way. He's coming off a 25-point game. He's, you know, been right up on that leaderboard for scoring, so no doubt he'll find his rhythm soon.
Tauranga Whai through there. So Hopoi back onto the court. He's got 2 personal fouls against him. It happened in the first 4.5 minutes. That'll be in his head. Vidanovic there, just guarding his space. Jones pushes past again, has no right to get through. Somehow finds a way. Masters for 3.
Unfortunate that Jones lost his balance on that and kicked it out, because otherwise should have been an easy layup for Jones.
Masters filthy about the foul that's been called on him. Barrow getting tangled up. Jet Thompson onto the court for the fight. Looking to inbound Wilkie. Wilkie off balance. Bairstow regathers the ball for the fight. Setting the screen was Hopoi. Got a bit of a shove in the back from Wilkie, so they will have possession back.
Yeah, glad that they're trying to feed Kara Hopoi. He's been sitting for a little while, but he's the 3rd leading scorer in this team. He's been great this season, averaging around 15 points per game, as we see with the dish to Bairstow.
The reverse.
Right, beautiful take from Bairstow.
Tuatara, a little lovely thread through, and then the kick out to Wilkie. Back to Tuach. Tuach steps back, thought about the 3, then decided against it, and it was a travel. Just too indecisive. What do you think, Crystal? Travel or not?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's really tough because the ball has to hit the ground on the dribble before you pick up your pivot foot. So if we had, see it on the replay. I don't know, that's why I don't ref. I'm not even going to try and make the call.
By leading by 5. First quarter it was all the Tuatara. Karahan in search of his first points of the game. Masters not afraid to let them fly. Tuach plucked that one out of the hands of Jet Thompson. Good hustle defense there on Thompson. Barrow does well to regather. Wiley, so impressive. Wiley has so many skills. Almost popped that one back in, and again, he's got the offensive rebound.
Yeah, Wiley doing it all.
Tuach, he's got Jet Thompson on and did well. Tuach, sorry, Thompson did very well. Whacked the ball out of his hand, hit the knee.
Great hands from Jet Thompson. He's someone in this Whai team who comes on and makes impact like that in different ways, especially defensively. He's very sound.
He's been around for a while, has Jet Thompson. Knows his craft well. Bairstow almost losing the handles there with the defense, and Tuach sets his feet. That's it, fly. Hustling for the rebound, unable to get it, so the Tuatara through Wiley. Wiley shoves off Jet Thompson, and that's not going to count.
Man, that's tough from Thompson to sell that charge, because if you look at the body mass between Wiley and Thompson, you wouldn't think that he'd be able to get him that far. But that's Thompson's experience, selling that charge.
Not convinced on that one, Crystal. 32-27, the Tauranga Whai with their biggest lead of the game. And it has been very close throughout this entire match. This is the contest we like to see. What we also love to see is an opportunity for discounted fuel, win-free fuel. Scan that code and you can download the Wicked Waitomo app to unlock even more fuel savings off Waitomo's any day low pump prices. You're heading back home to Hamilton after this. You might have to stop in at one of the Waitomo stations.
Oh, there's a couple between here and there, so plenty of chances for me. Some Waitomo fuel.
Great Tuesday night outing for the Tauranga locals.
Teams from the Bay are plenty non-stop.
Kinkapisi in the background, using some of his tunes to get people excited. Well, they're excited seeing the boys come back onto the court.
Yeah, you've got something for everyone at these NZNBL games. You can go down, listen to Kinkapisi, entertain you, play some jams, while some great basketball's going on.
Approaching the halfway mark of the second quarter of this game. Tuatara trailing by 5. Pharaoh Hunt still unable to register any points on the scoreboard today as Pharaoh Hunt. Very uncharacteristic. Vodanovic. Tuach, who got off to a flyer. He gets tangled up with Pharaoh Hunt as Vodanovic. Yeah, great roll, great seal from Vodanovic. Deep on that catch. Not much Cruz Parrot Hunt could do except foul. Whai have 24 points in the paint in comparison to the Tuatara's 12.
And a lot of those have come in transition. They're getting out, they're running, they're looking at getting themselves into the paint. And then also, because we've spoke about how they space the floor.
Tom Vodanovic with all his experience, really leading this Tuatara team. I'm sure he can't wait for his teammates and Rob Lowe and Hickey to come. Fortu as well, Dan Fortu.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Dan Fortu and Tom Vodanovic play together. Kind of similar styles in terms of big bodies in the paint, as we see Kata Hopoi. Big rebound for the 5.
Wanting to push the pace and go quickly was Tuach. Masters got a hand to it, in fact it was Thompson.
Yeah, almost got him again. Very similar play. But he put his hand up, said, yep, I definitely got a piece.
Tuach, 6'5", out of Ethiopia. Played for the Westchester Knicks in 2018 in the NBA G League. You mentioned beforehand you playing in the Tauihi League with WNBA players. Well, there's players who featured in some of the NBA leagues here in the South NBL, him one of them.
The basketball world is just so small. Like when you get into these leagues and you really get to know the imports, see them popping up all around the place.
Chris Jones's pre-match interview will be one of the highlights for me. Absolutely loving living in Tauranga and loving that shot is Besto. And you asked for him, you said he needed to have a big game tonight because he's been relatively quiet considering the experience he brings to the Spy team, and he's certainly showing up tonight.
Yeah, knowing what he's capable of, he's definitely just scratching the surface tonight as we see Tuach just going to work on offense in this game.
He's currently on 14 points as Tuach.
He leads the team in both points scored and assists dished out. He really does it all on the offensive side of the ball for the Tuatara. Cam Glidden has spoken a lot about different plays they run, different sets to try to get him downhill, use their athleticism against slower players.
Averaging 20 points, 5.5 rebounds and 2.5 assists per game so far this season. He's well on track to meet that and extend those stats. If he can keep it up. Lead is cut back down to 5. Boucher back on for Hopoi. Hopoi on 2 personal fouls. Bazant's on 3 personal fouls as well. Bairstow just getting a body check there to Wilkie. Boucher on and into the thick of it. Bairstow. Hopoi, look at what his height can do, and he throws it down for the crowd.
Yeah, he says, I'm back in this game, Tommy V. You're not getting rid of me that quick.
Trying to steal that ball was Chris Jones, but Ledger with another tough finish down the other end.
Okay, point forward, I see you.
A large role off the bench last year. To Ledger. Played 17 rapid games last year. Now he finds himself starting. Talk to us about your cousin.
Yeah, crazy. I feel so biased, anything I say about him. But no, he has played all over this league, found a home with the Tuatara, stepped up in the absence of Rob Lowe. But yeah, is massive inside for the Tuatara. Great pass from Chris Jones. Even better hands by the Tuatara to intercept that.
And it's the man himself, Ledger, with the stop there. It was a hospital pass though into Boucher. There was 3 players around him. Watch tasked with bringing the ball down. Ledger with his tall frame. Knocked to Ioane, who's back on court. Wilkie deep 2. He's got such a beautiful jump shot, does Wilkie.
Yeah, his jump shot is really nice. As soon as he gets into his rhythm, especially off-ball screens. Chris Jones.
How did he finish that with 2 big men in front of him?
That is some sort of body control. My gosh, the upper body strength that guy must have.
Chris Jones sits just under 6 foot. And he has some big men in front of him, and that does not deter him whatsoever. Jones just put too much on that pass to Hawkboy, but he's pleading with the ref, saying, how about that defense?
Subbing in for the Fires, number 42, David Taylor-Zana. And number 5, Bruce Berry.
Chris Jones leading the scoring for the Fi with 15 points. Besto with 10. Zana on 9. The only starter not with any points is Para Hunt, who's back on court. Well, the Tuatara, well, Pride hasn't scored either. He's not on court too. Wilkie. Let it roll off the fingers. It just rolled in and around the rim. Slowing it down. The fight. Just over 2 minutes left to play in this half of basketball. Para Hunt. Poor boy. Bearstow, good ball movement from the fight. Back out to Para Hunt. 3-point shot. Is a no-go.
Yeah, hard luck. Great ball movement on that set. Everybody got a touch. Cruz just couldn't finish it off, but that was a great look from the fight.
To watch. Vodanovic and Hawkboy, and it's a tough contest under there. Very physical. You can see Vodanovic looking to give Hawkboy his 3rd personal foul.
Yeah, Vodanovic so strong underneath the hoop, getting that very deep seal.
Jones with the footwork. Deep 3 from Jones. Hits the right corner. Foul on Zana.
Bit of a late call from the refs there.
Some confusion. Zana's, oh, they're in the bonus.
Yeah, that's tough. I think the refs had Cruz Para Hunt just pulling Wilkie down. It's going to be the easiest look Wilkie gets at the hoop tonight.
Dylan Wilkie back in the league after appearing for the Bulls in 2021. So chopping that lead down to 1 point. 1.5 minutes left to play in this first half. The Tuatara hungry for their first win of the season. Tauranga Whai 2-1.
This memory final to text your name and the word WHI through the 4237. That'll be much appreciated.
So the Tauranga Whai bring the ball down through Bearstow. Oh boy, has Vodanovic on him. Jones. Back to Hot Boy, Besto. This is the back to Hot Boy for 3. Ioane with a strong rebound there, passes it to Tuach, up and under the ball movement while still hanging in the air. Tuach.
Right, Tuach with a little bit of jelly on that layup. Gets out in transition. Still leading the way for the Tuatara.
They reclaim the lead after a long time chasing this game. Got a hand to it, did the Tuatara, so the Whai will get this back.
Yeah, that's a great hand by the Tuatara. Lucky they have that length as we see Tuach get out in transition for the reverse. But otherwise, that was going to be a wide open 3 for Masters. So we see some clock difficulties.
The vision of Ioane too, Casey Ioane, to go in transition and dish it off to Tuach. Can't say it enough, they've already played very well in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game with Casey Ioane, and he's come onto this game and held his own. Dana gets it back to Besto, waiting open was Masters on the left-hand side. The Whai screaming for a goaltend. Didn't get it. We saw a contentious one earlier. Danovic wants to push hard against Hopoi. You can see he was hesitant there. He didn't want to foul, knowing he's on 2.
Yeah, and Vidanovic knows it too, going straight at him. Masters for 3.
Masters knocking it down. He is an impact player for sure.
He's shooting the 3 ball at the best percentage rate for the Whai, 47%. That's impressive.
They haven't had much success at all in this game beyond the perimeter, but Masters looking to change that. Vidanovic tried to get a 3 there, unable to do so, and that might be it here in the first half of the game. It is the Tauranga Whai, after a couple of lead changes, leading the Auckland Tuatara 45 points to 43 here from Mercury Baypark in Tauranga. Don't go anywhere, the second half after this.
Okay, this is the halftime Whai game. This is just a break. It's just a showcase. We're all about supporting emerging talent, whether it's on the court or on the stage. Tonight's halftime entertainment is another way we're celebrating incredible talent in our community, giving them a platform to shine in front of you, the best fans in the game. So sit back, enjoy the show, and let's give a huge FIBA welcome to tonight's halftime act. Please put your hands together for Circus in the Flash. Rowan.
No, my Hokima, welcome back to Mercury Baypark and at Tauranga, and we're having a light show, a jumping show here in Tauranga. Bit of halftime entertainment, but I'm being entertained in the game for sure because it is a fighting 45-43 and it's been a close contest all round. Let's take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. It is Tuach and Jones currently leading their teams.
Yeah, you look at the import trio for the Whai leading the way with the scoring. Loving how aggressive Biersto's been in this game. Also, Xana inside has been dominant, but Tuach right across the board leading his team in scoring, rebounding. He has 5. Interestingly, 9 offensive rebounds for the Tuatara. That's too much for the Whai to be giving up in any one game, let alone a half. Assists, Wiley dishing it out. Tuach there as well, sharing the ball, and Jones being very creative, getting in the lane. 2 blocks for the Whai, Xana and Hokoi. 3 steals for the Whai, Thompson, Jones and Xana, and 1 steal for Tuach. Evenly spread game so far.
We look like that trying to juggle motherhood and working. He's doing a much better job than we are. He's introduced a 4-4. Look at him go. It's all happening here in Tauranga. Thank you to our stats partner in Chemist Warehouse. Don't go anywhere. We have the second half coming up after this. 45-43, the Whai with the lead over the Tuatara. Can the Tuatara come back and get their first win of the season, or will the Whai steam ahead?
Let's go. I like it. Chuck Owen. Hey! Play it pretty. Make some noise for Owen. Oh! Father, make some noise for Rowan! Like it, brother, like it. Once again, Father, please make your, put your hands together for Circus in the Flash. Make some noise for Rowan! I like it, Rowan, I like it, I appreciate you. Okay, Father, just remember to please text your name and the word WHI through to 4227. We're going to have some other people shooting hoops soon, so we'd like for you to shoot those hoops. All you have to do is text your name and the word WHI through the 4227. Let's go. Just remember to join the FIBA and rep your team with official Whai merch. Any piece you wear shows your support and it helps grow basketball in our community right here in the Bay of Plenty. Check out the merch stand tonight or visit Sterling Sports to gear up, be part of the Whai FIBA, where the Whai back the team and ride the wave.
Welcome back to the opening game of round 3 in the NZNBL. We are kicking off with the Tauranga Whai hosting the Tuatara. The Tuatara trailing by 2 points, 45 points to 43. It has been a very good contest here in the Bay of Plenty. Tuatara missing quite a few key players, but it's been an opportunity for some youngsters to step up and stand out, including the likes of Josh Wiley, young 18-year-old. Doing very well. Scan that QR code and play a little game with us as to who you think is going to win. Now, I'm a betting person, and the betting people had the Tuatara not as favourites. In fact, it was 5 very much in the lead when it came to those odds. But the people at home are voting, and they believe the Tuatara are going to get their first dub of the season. What say you, Crystal?
Yeah, I mean, I also thought the Whai, this would be a dub for them, just given how they've performed over the last 3 games and the Tuatara slipping in their last 2. But, you know, those losses make you more hungry. The Tuatara have come out today determined to get this game. And I have no doubt if they can hang around and take it right down to the wire, they have the talent, they have the experience to get it over the line. But can they keep it close to those last minutes? If not, get out and create a big lead.
Tale of 2 different games there on your screen. Pride has not registered any points, whereas Tuach, he's on 18. On the other end, the scale with Cruz Perrott Hunt also with no points registered for him, the captain. Their leading scorer, Chris Jones.
Yeah, both of those players also shooting it at a really good clip right now. Chris Jones, 5 from 5 when he gets in the paint and is putting up his shots. 1 from 3 from three-point land, 2 from 3 from the free throw line. Pretty good efficiency from Chris Jones. And Tuach is about the same. He's shooting it at a really good clip as well. 75% from the field, 4 from 6 from the free throw line.
We're all about Sal's Pizza here on the Sal's NBL. Get a $39.99 large Fire Island pizza. Take a photo of this because it is valid until the 1st of April. Order some now, order some later, up to you. But to give some context as to how competitive this game has been, the biggest lead of the match has only been 7 points. It has been a close tussle. Would love to see it. But points in the paint at the moment, the Tauranga Whai dominating that with 34.
Yeah, they've been fairly quiet from deep. Only hitting 2 3-pointers in this game. Would expect that to increase as this game unfolds a bit more.
Both teams only with 2 3-points apiece. 11% for the Whai, 2 from 17. Tuatara a 2 from 10.
I think I should learn the rules of Kenji Kamor because this is rough. He's quicker. So next time we're going to look for some over 30-year-olds to play Kenji
So the Tuatara outscored the Whai in the first quarter, 24 points to 23. Then the Whai outscored the Tuatara 22-19 in the second, which gives the Whai that 2-point advantage.
Put up your hand for an Auckland Tuatara supporter.
What do you think the biggest messages were in the huddles for both teams?
We spoke about it when those Chemist Warehouse sets came up, but definitely still the boards. You want to control the glass, especially in a close game like this, when people like Karahopo are in foul trouble, big men on the inside. Go put pressure on them on the glass. That would be my key messaging for both teams in this match.
Wiley with Jones. Tuach looking for his first points of the second half. Adanovic stepped back, thought about the 3, wanted to go head-to-head with Bairstow, won the battle.
Great patience on that finish. Took a slow step getting into that shot. Was able to get it off around Bairstow.
Bairstow playmaking, gives it to Hopoi. Hopoi fakes against Ledger. Indecisive on the spot. Zana, 2-on-1 underneath, leaves it on the rim. But we'll go to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
He's looking good this game. I'm liking seeing him post up down low. I like that the Whai are trying to get the ball to him. That adds another layer to this Whai offense, having someone with the ability to back someone down.
He's had limited minutes. As Zana in the first few games, only averaging 13 minutes and 2 points, as you mentioned earlier. Now he's just approaching 12 minutes in this game, 9 points. Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure if it took him a little while to adjust to this league or adjust to his new team, what his role would be. Obviously, he likes backing it in down low. I'm not sure the Whai are really looking to do that in those other games.
Wiley with Jones on his back. Charles Pride had a quiet night, and it's back with the Tauranga Whai. Hopoi wanting to go quickly, but Pride is there. Jones ordering Parrot Hunt to receive the ball. He's giving a lot of space at the moment. Hannah comes crashing through.
That's one person that will be looking to get going in the second half. Cruz Parrot Hunt been fairly quiet in that first.
Vodanovic steps back 4-3, tries to get over the top of Hopoi, but Zana pulls through. Setting the screen was Zana, tries to look for the pick and roll, and he gets the finish. Better stuff from the Whai.
A lot of usage out of Zana, getting him a touch on every possession to start this half.
Pride still can't get his first points of the game. Jones working his way through, head rocked by Vodanovic. No way through the big man. Hopoi from the right corner, bounced in and out. Wiley wanting to push the pace against Jones, give him a taste of his own medicine, gets the offensive board. Tuach has Bairstow. Bairstow's not backing down, but he gets it in.
Tuach is on fire tonight. Everything that he touches seems like it's going in. Great take from him.
20 points now for Tuach. Parrot Hunt kicks it out to Hopoi, fast pass. Hopoi tries to get around Ledger and one.
Look at the skills of the big man. Through his legs, change of pace, change of direction. Looking like a big guard out there. Great take from Hopoi.
Let's not forget, this young man was at Mount Wanganui College last year. He's only 18 years old. We mentioned it last time, there's a lot of pressure that gets put on a big man just for being big. You're expected to be that much better and, excuse the pun, head and shoulders above everyone else.
Yes, really. But he does it in so many different ways. He can shoot the three. We see him waiting out there for his catch and shot spot threes. We also see him getting past his player and using that speed and agility.
Tuach has Boucher on him. Who's the call again?
Not sure. It was on the ground though, which the Whai will be happy about. You don't need to give Tuach too many more looks at the basket.
Wiley gets it to Tuach. Already on a 20 pieces. Tuach. The handles, how are they? Wiley gets it out to Pride. Shot clock winding down. Hopoi on Vodanovic. He's up in his cylinder, but Vodanovic too tough.
Yeah, Vodanovic loves that matchup. He's going at Hopoi every time he gets it on him.
Boucher on to provide some energy. Parrot Hunt loses that one. It might have come off his foot. Yes, it has. He's really struggling to find his form in this game, Parrot Hunt. We know what he is capable of, as you mentioned, coming off the back of a 25-point game.
Yeah, he leads this team in scoring, but I like the reach in from Maddie Dalton. Like I said earlier, just really plugging those lanes.
Vodanovic trying to find some hole. Found nothing but Hopoi's face, I think.
Yeah, Hopoi said, no, 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 no. Not on my watch.
I mean, not the most conventional block. Let's have a look at this.
Look how far he came to get that block too. Off the knuckle, out to the three. Vodanovic thought he had all day on that one.
Hopoi Goes the other way, throws it down, he's fired up, gets a block, dunks it down the other end. Young man standing up.
Right, definition of fired up.
Wiley goes back and just returns the favour with a little two-pointer. Gets the spin around on Jones. Hunt, first points of the game, and it came 4 minutes in to the third quarter.
Finally, he's thinking, be good to see that one go down.
Well, it's good to get the monkey off your back. Let's see what he can put up after this. Dalton did well to get the rebound, but Boucher came in and hit the ball out.
Can we not go past that Tuach hang time though? He went up and under in the air effortlessly.
He makes basketball look easy, and that is a sign of a great player. And that is an offensive foul. Parrot Hunt taking one for the team.
Yeah, good work by Parrot Hunt to meet him early. As soon as he caught that ball, he was right up in his space, made it hard. Let's have a look on replay. Took it in the chest. Man, that is a hard shoulder to take.
Sure, if Bogdanovic didn't pick basketball, he would have had a good career in rugby, and he's having a chat back to the referees.
And the refs, no hesitation to call that technical foul. Chris Jones is already ready at the line. It's tough, especially in a moment like this. 5-point game.
Well, if you're the Phi, you are getting in the head of Tommy Bogdanovic. We know that he is a passionate man. Don't be surprised if he gets another one. Parrot Hunt gets it out to Boucher, back to Parrot Hunt. That's a nice give and get from the team. Pride, though, with the rebound.
Yeah, Pride still being a little bit quiet in this match.
Bogdanovic to Wiley. Bogdanovic hits the deck too. You can just see he's got an extra spring in his step. He's a bit fired up.
He is a bit fired up. It's rubbed off on him being down in Tauranga. But the double foul, he just plays such a physical game. He makes his presence known. He likes to post up smaller guards. He likes to post up bigger guards. Doesn't matter.
And I think that's a smart call coming in from rookie coach Cam Glidden. Pull him off the floor, let him cool down on the sideline. We don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, he already has 3 personal fouls. They'll need him down the stretch.
Doing well to protect the paint are the Phi at present. Good block coming in, but he's going to get called for the foul. I thought Hopoi and Boucher did well just to protect the paint.
Yeah, but I like Wiley getting himself into the paint, probing the defense, keeping them honest. Like I said earlier, he's just so slippery.
Tauranga Whai with the 6-point lead. Wiley looking to cut down at that one.
He only played 5 NBL games last year, now has stepped up into the starting role, averaging almost 26 minutes this year. Be interesting to see how the rotations work when these imports, the Rob Lowe's, the Dan Fotus, come back in to this squad. Because he's been good for the Tuatara.
He's been given the keys to drive, and he is steering them very well. Hopoi for 3. Pride tied up with Thompson.
Yeah, I don't like that call. I thought that was,
ball.
Yeah, it should have been a jump ball from our angle anyways. But yeah, Jet Thompson, so experienced, so good on the defensive end. Unfortunate there.
He is the definition of impact from the bench. He is always going to offer something offensively and defensively. Pride, only starters not to have scored any points. Wiley bounce pass into Tuach. Well, that's a hype mismatch, if any. Jones tried to get the call.
You hate that when you're Jones' size. You're the perfect elbow height.
I wouldn't know. Jones with pride, and he gets the whistle on the offensive end. Chris Jones really carrying the team at the moment. He's bringing all the energy for the Spy side.
He is, and if someone's going to knock you in the face like that, you're absolutely going to go back at them on the other end. He leads the Phi squad in getting to the free throw line. He's got in there the most times, 17 times before this game. So he knows how to draw fouls, he knows how to take contact. He knows how to make his job easier by taking these free shots.
He's averaging 16 points a game, 5 rebounds, 3.7 assists in this league. He's already surpassed that. From Memphis, Tennessee. And absolutely loving living in Tauranga, as we heard beforehand. How nice to live on the beach. He said the accommodation out of all the places he played in the world, in Germany, Greece, Qatar, Mexico, Ireland, and the Dominican Republic. Are we surprised that Tauranga comes first for him?
Right, there's some other beaches around in those places, I'm sure. But glad to hear we have the nicest one.
Oh, we treat them the nicest, is what I believe he said. Tuach has Thompson on him. Tuach wants to go around the long way. Boucher comes in. Offers some solid contact.
He is just such a tough matchup. Jet Thompson, we've spoken about it, is a smart defender, is a pesky defender, will get in there, make your life hard. But it's no trouble for Tuach to bully his way in there. He gets people out on the three, gets him going downhill. He can also back you down. So versatile.
23 points for Tuach in this game. So with a quarter and a half to go. Boucher inbounds to Bairstow. Back to Boucher. Dishes it off to Masters, who's back on to the court. Hanging out is Thompson. Here's Wiley on him. A lot of ball movement here. No one nominating to put up the shot. Shot clock winding down. 5 seconds left. Bairstow. Off balance shot.
Yeah, that was tough. Not a lot came out of that offensive sequence. Bairstow forced into the hard fadeaway.
There's no shortage of movement as Boucher wants to go quickly. Gets it to Thompson. Goes up. Leaves it behind.
Man, that is tough. I thought that layup was going to be in. But Thompson, great work on the defensive end to get that. Unfortunately, isn't rewarded. But luckily, some miscommunication on that rebound for the Tuatara.
Oh, the frustration on his face. He knew that was a sit-up. Masters. 12 seconds on that shot clock. Bairstow has options. Bounce past the Hopoi. Boucher for 3. Just ricochets off the back. They could get the ball back here, the fight. They do.
It's a good kick out, good find to find Boucher in the corner. Like I said, I like that he's being aggressive to get those threes up.
Masters to Bairstow. They've had plenty of opportunities in this sequence of offense. Masters thought about the pass to Boucher. Boucher collects underneath, has to let it go. Rebound by Hopoi. Well, plenty of opportunities here. The Tuatara coaching staff won't be happy with this.
Yeah, not sure what that call was, but great hustle by Hopoi on that rebound.
Hopoi to Bairstow. They've had an age down here if they can finally register some points. It is Thompson who ends the drought. Felt like they were down there for a minute.
Yeah, that was a very long offensive possession. And great finish by Thompson, his first points of the ball game. Wow, Wiley found space.
Wanting to go quickly was Thompson, and he's called for the travel. I thought he got a bit of a shunt, but not to beat.
Yeah, hard luck. And that's what happens when you play with shooters as well in transition. They all stop at the three-point line, ready in their spot, but no one cutting to the basket. No close options for Thompson on that drive.
Wiley, oh, it's come off the foot. I thought it came off Jones's foot.
We saw that a little bit with Jones when he played against the Bulls and got up against Tay Hardy. We know that he likes to pick up full court, likes to make those point guards uncomfortable, especially in moments in the game like this, in the second half, when you're a little bit tired, fatigued.
Well, Jones been all around the world, put the shot up. Didn't get it. Lead is currently 6. Biggest lead of the game has been 7. That is how close this has been.
To watch, just so quick first step. Hard to stay in front of him as a defender.
Tuach already on 24 points. Tuatara still well and truly in this game, but Crystal, what do they need to do?
They need to pick it up on the defensive end. They're still right in this. But yeah, just finish possessions. They're doing a good job in the initial. But when those shooters are coming open at the end, they need to find them, as we see. Xander, does he have a cramp maybe?
I have no idea what happened there, and I don't think Tuach knew either. Just hit the deck.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a cramp, I think, but I'm glad that he went off the court and took his sweat marks, you know, off the baseline.
Oh, he's going to head to the bench. Hopoi back on. Give it a bit of a floor wipe.
Tuach, this is his 9th trip to the free throw line tonight. 50% free throw shooter coming into this game. Definitely more than that tonight.
He's getting plenty of practice. Less than 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Belcher getting some good minutes. Thompson as well. Good rotation from the Whai coaching staff. Thompson for a deep three-point shot. Snatching that one out of the air. Tuach. Belcher in front of him. Decides to go for the three-pointer. Quick release. High shot. And it's money.
Tuach is tough. That is a great looking shot from him. The third three of the game for the Tuatara.
Not many 3 points registered. It is a low scoring game at present. Masters, we know he can shoot the lights out when he wants to. Hopoi with the little fake and go himself. Couldn't get it in. Wanted to see that one drop. That was some nice acceleration from the big man.
He is so good. Great fake of that handoff. And his ability to stick with it, to stay active, to get his own rebound, to get it back up, and to draw the foul. This kid is talented.
At the line is number 27, Hopoi for the Whai.
And he's frustrated that he couldn't get that put back to go. That just shows how competitive he is, how much of a high standard he has for himself.
Speaking of high standards, he is off to play NCAA Div 1 basketball at Valparaiso. I think that's how you say it. You've played in America. How do you say this?
Oh, yeah, that is tough. I'm not even...
Anyway, it's in Indiana.
Yeah, if you want to find out more, look him up. It's a great reason to go have a cut of Hopoi stalk.
Oh, he is going to be something special. We have a lot of great young talent coming through our rankings here in Aotearoa. Speaking of young talent, Matty Dalton with the three-pointer.
Yeah, comes from a very talented family. His siblings.
Does he what?
Over in the States, at Gonzaga and Concordia universities. I can say those ones.
Oh, we saw Charlie Dalton in the Tuatara beforehand.
Didn't get the finish, but that is another tough take from Karahopoi. As you see, Tuach going to work.
Tuach has plenty of time for this one. Jones just slowing things down. There's a couple seconds difference between game clock and shot clock. Wanting to wind it right down. Oh boy, while he was available, gets it out to Boucher. Can he knock this one down? Well short.
I like that Chris Jones got it out of that trap really fast, got it to Hopoi in his spot. Unfortunately, not able to get that one to fall. But Tuach, the man with the hot hand,
did just enough on defense and Hopoi behind him to stop the scoring. And we are all tied up, 64 points apiece at the end of the third quarter here in the South NBL from Mercury Baypark. Don't go anywhere. We have a hot 10 minutes coming up after this. Who will get the win? Will it be the Whai or the Tuatara?
On the count of three, help me out, follow. 3, 2, let's go. Now I'm interested to see who's going to get more buckets out of these guys. Come and get a piece of pizza. Come and get a piece of pizza. I like it. Yo, I like it. I like it. These guys are obviously basketball players. Nice form in the layups. And this guy's got longer legs, so he might get 2 more passes. But there's, yep, these guys obviously play basketball. Okay, Father, make some noise for these two. They actually do quite well. Buckets, buckets, buckets. And keep on going, keep on going. Stop playing this, man. Guys are playing well. Keep on going, keep on going. We're doing good. Okay. Okay, Father. So, we'll give him another 30 seconds, Father. Maybe another 20 seconds. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, time. Make some noise. Okay, we can. Make some noise for these two youngins, TVD and Ethan. Ethan, how do I come and pick up some of these things? I'm going too long to read all the way down. It's fine. But Father, if you can please make some noise for TVD and Ethan.
The Auckland Tuatara looking for their first win of the season, currently 0-2 against the Tauranga Whai. It is 64 all at the end of the third quarter. It has been a close battle. Some great youngsters proving themselves in both teams, mixed with a little bit of experience and imports. Have yourself a $39.99 large Fire Island pizza. Use the code SALSHOOPS25 or just take a picture of your screen because you can use that up until Tuesday. We're in the middle, at the end, should I say, of March Madness. There has been plenty of basketball on. There's hoops every single night after this one this week. Last quarter is underway here. Who will pull away? Bairstow. Oh, nice block being put up by Xana. He can't hold on to the rebound though, so it will be the Tuatara with their first stop.
Party people in the place. Everybody say fire!
Matty Dalton still on the court. Shot a terrific three-pointer, full of confidence, as with another youngster in Casey Ioane. Tuach hunting for the ball, Barrow as well on the court. Tuatara using their bench, spin move from Ioane. I'm loving the look of young 18-year-old Casey Ioane.
That is massive from him to come in the game, tied ball game, and to put his team up in the fourth. So we see another youngster going to work. Hopoi, too strong.
Pushing the pace too is Casey Ioane. He's feeling confident, and Hot Boy said, get that out of here.
Oh my gosh, Hopoi spiked that out of the air. Too easy for him. Check it out again. Look at Hopoi. He had time to get that block.
His eyes lit up. He saw that Ioane was going for that, and he couldn't wait. Licked his lips. Oh, how about the tip away from Besto? Claiming backcourt, it's not to be. Tuach going to show us his handles. Besto, quick release. Oh, and it's money.
And that is his spot. Catch and shoot from the knuckle. They're solid down the stretch.
Oh, and it's a foul offensively against Zana.
That is the way the Tuatara wanted to come out of quarter time and start this last period. They've drifted off in their other games in these last moments. Glad to see they're stepping up and throwing the first punch.
Strong finish needed, as you say. Can't fall asleep at the wheel here. The Tuatara, they have been chasing the game for the majority of it. Mid-range jump shot coming in from Tuach. Aggressive rebound underneath from Jones. Run getting back quickly. He's going to go himself. How is he getting through there? I mean, there were 4 defenders. Probably wasn't the best option. He had a blue wall in front of him. Decided to go alone.
Yep, and they blocked him and gave it back to him when he fell out of court. You can tell how hyped this Tuatara squad is. Their bench is up, cheering, egging them on this defensive end. The Whai need to respond.
Matty Dalton gets it to Pride. Dalton. Bounce pass Unapai getting into the passing lane with his hands with Jones, but Pride gets his first points of the game at the last quarter.
Yeah, he usually goes for at least 10 per game. But great pass by Matty Dalton to set him up.
This is the Tuatara's biggest lead. The biggest lead of the game before that was 5. Besto hits that one sore.
Great hustle from the Tuatara. They're up right now.
Whatever Cam Glidden said in that last break, it certainly worked. Ioane again, not afraid to drive. Didn't get that one to fall, but he's a tough kid.
Yeah, he is getting himself deep into the paint for these finishes.
Jones, again, a blue wall in front of him. Doesn't drop. How did he get that rebound? And one from Jones. He is putting the Whai on his back and saying, come with me.
Winning plays when it matters. Down the stretch, you cannot be casual with rebounds, especially in a league like this. So we see Jones on the drive. Looked like it was going in, didn't. Got it straight back, stripped it out of the hands of Dalton. Can't switch off when Chris Jones is around. He's quick, he's experienced.
Chris, I'm a bit surprised by this. Boy Tuach. Oh, there we go. That's better. He was sitting on 9%. Chris Jones, though, really dominating the MVP pick. Join in on the fun. Scan that QR code. Tell us who you think should be the game MVP.
Right, for me, it's got to be between Chris Jones and Tuach, both having really complete games as we see Tuach take a lot of contact, take his time in the air, figuring out who he was passing it to.
There's a bit of whistle going on. Tuatara will get the ball back. But Tuach sitting on 29 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists.
With 7 minutes to go. It's impressive.
Tuatara had losses to the Bulls and the Airs. Looking for a dub today. Jones hustling against Tuach. Oh, thought he got it back.
Yeah, look at him right in his pockets. No breathing room for Tuach.
Eight seconds left on the shot clock. Tuach has work to do. Great screen there by Barrow. And hustle as well to get the offensive board. Back in the hands of Tuach. Zana, oh, just crossing him up was Tuach, but slapping the ball away. Great work from Zana. Jones thought about going quickly, then decided to hold the ball up, calling for some patience. Masters had a great rapid league game with Masters. He was the leading scorer. Zana goes around the outside, just a little roll.
Great work from Zana, up to 15 points. Quick spin on that seal. Let's check it out on replay. From quick spin baseline, Tuach. Didn't know where he went.
The best batsman over here on this side. We're going to give away $200 for the best stars on this side.
Timeout called. Trailing by 2, and as I mentioned beforehand, the Whai have been in the lead for the majority of this game, and the Tuatara have come out firing in the second, but it has been incredibly close. The biggest lead of the game has been 7, which was the Tuatara. Sorry, the Whai. Their biggest lead was 7, the Tuatara's biggest lead was 6. If the Tuatara get this win today, it'll be the Giants and the Panthers, the only teams without a win. It is a close competition. Boy Tuach climbing the ladder on the MVP between him and Chris Jones.
They're both on double-double watch. Chris Jones, 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. Tuach all over the board, 29 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, doing a little bit of everything.
And I love that we are just starting round 3, and every team has had an out. There is no undefeated teams, no one asserting dominance in the league early. It is anyone's league this year, and there's plenty of players still to enter, returning from overseas duties or injuries.
That's a healthy sign for the league. So we see, oh, beautiful block by Chris Jones.
How did the smallest man on the court block that? Farrah Hunt hasn't been shooting his best tonight. Thought about that 3 and then hesitated. Zana. Oh, great defense in tandem by young Matty Dalton and the experienced Nick Barrow, playing in his 13th season. Pride indecisive. Resets with the help of Dalton. Dishes Masters away. That was a bit of a fend.
Right, fended him off, made no mistake on that finish. 4 points now for Pride.
Masters. Farrah Hunt. Left that one well and truly away to the left.
Yeah, Zana looked like he was going to get that rebound. Lost his footing. Big 5 minutes here for the Tuatara. Can they keep this momentum going? We haven't seen Tommy V in a while. He's been sitting.
The battle between Vodanovic and Hopoi certainly heated up. I'd like to see Hopoi check it back into the game and see if we can fire up Tommy V again. Ioane running out of options, having to go back to the experienced Vodanovic. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. It is up to Matty Dalton to do something. Bairstow going quickly. Jones has Ioane on him, tries to do it in and out. Ioane's defense is good, but eventually he gives away the foul.
He is a determined competitor. He's determined to get into the paint, to draw these fouls, to get himself to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line. Look at this. Double fake. Goes up and the foul. And tough to guard.
Zanet takes a seat on the bench. Hopoi back in against Tommy V. Keep your eyes peeled. It was quite interesting because pre-game, Tommy Vananovic had a lot of lovely things to say about young Kara Hopoi and about the cherished memories they had at All Blacks camp together, seeming like a distant memory now.
And then he stepped on the court. And then he said, we're on different teams. I'm trying to get this dub.
Wilkie is off with the three-point shot. Bairstow with the spin move and the reverse. Pretty finish from Mr. Bairstow.
Bairstow been so good today. 14 points, Tommy V.
And are we surprised, Crystal Ledger-Walker?
No, we are not. And it's on the guy that you thought it would be, Kara Hopoi.
No love lost on the court between Tommy Vananovic and Kara Hopoi tonight. Take a look at this.
Yeah, look at that shoulder going to Kara Hopoi. And Tommy Vananovic is on 4 personal fouls.
And hey, we are all level at the moment. We could be seeing some OT. You don't want to be fouled out. Ferahan showing us his footwork. Just left it in the corner. Looked at the ref, said, where was my call? Wiley. Tried, has Jones on him. Coming across the key, trying to provide an option. Ledger threads it through. Wilkie. He's got a nice high shot, does Wilkie. In transition, pushing the pace. Jones for 3. And body's on the ground. And it will be a foul against Wiley. Just looked like he jumped on top of Bairstow for the rebound.
Yeah, Bairstow had great positioning in that transition run. Take a look at it. Bairstow on the box out. Wiley. Too much elbow. Bairstow sold it a little bit, I must admit. He did fold forward.
And are we surprised that Tommy Vananovic has gone back to the bench? I think Cam Clinton's just asked him to cool down. I love the passion that Vananovic plays with. He plays with a whole lot of it. But it needs to be measured.
Yeah, the ref's definitely keeping him in check tonight, issuing him that technical foul earlier. But hey, we still see him in the MVP voting stands. We like to see it.
Boitoach overtakes Chris Jones. Bairstow up there, Vananovic, Parrott Hunt and Hopoi. Tommy V, though, such a servant of the game, particularly in the domestic league. His 9th season, over 100 games. See, from Wellington, used to seeing him in the Saints, but he's played in a couple teams, made the shift to the Tuatara last year. And don't forget as well, you can download the Wicked Waitomo app to unlock even more fuel savings off Waitomo's everyday low pump price. You can win some free fuel as well. Crystal Walker's driving back home to Hamilton after this game. She'll stop by a couple of those Waitomo stations.
Oh, absolutely. And if you're getting out and about watching the sales, following your team all up and down the country, make sure you're going to a Waitomo.
Yeah, see a couple of Tuatara singlets here tonight. Making the trip to the beautiful Bay of Plenty. So all squared up. Just over 3 minutes to play. Jones, no way through this defensive wall at the moment. Boucher reels it back in and back to Jones, and it is not going to count. Boucher wasn't expecting it.
No, he wasn't. He was getting ready for that rebound. Good idea, though, from Chris Jones. Moved that defense, got them up in the air. Just unfortunate they couldn't finish that possession off.
Cam Clinton there on the sideline, looking for his first dub as coach. The Tuatara Rapid League team got the job done, 34-27 earlier. Wiley goes high, Jones gets higher for the rebound and he's fouled. needlessly by Barrow.
We said it right. He's so good at drawing fouls. Incredible that he can draw a foul at this baseline and walk all the way down the court and let everybody know where he's making his new home.
Now it's a Tuesday night. This crowd could be bigger here in Tauranga. If you are in the Bay, in the wider area, make sure when they've got a next home game, you're there to support because you've been treated to a great game if you're there in attendance tonight.
There's absolutely no excuse with these free tickets BNZ is helping to give out.
No other way I'd rather spend my Tuesday evening than watching some Sal's NBL, even better in person.
Chris Jones now 8 of 10 from the free throw line.
Pushing that lead out again to 2 points. We've had lots of lead changes in this game. It has been very tight. Every possession matters now. Ledger, good look into Barrow. Boucher just giving away that foul. Jumped up and landed.
I like that look from the Tuatara because they also took the shot blocker Kara Hopoi out of the paint, drew him out, gave Nick Barrow that one-on-one inside. We see Masters come back in for Boucher.
Nick Barrow. As I mentioned before, 13th season in 2025. 33 years of age. He played well in the Rapid League game. Very knowledgeable man for the youngsters and key rookies in this Tuatara squad who we haven't seen on the court today. We've had a couple with Dalton and Ioane, who's been impressive. Getting a hand to it are the Tuatara, almost salvaging it, but not to beat.
Good hands from Pride. Unfortunate that Wiley couldn't get that one.
Oh boy. Indecisive. Gets it to Jones. Gets in and out of the key. Shot clock winding down. Chris Jones. Crowd on their feet.
And that almost could have been an and one. That is tough.
By 2-point lead, 2 minutes to go. Pride has Hopoi in front of him. Hunt doing his best to disrupt. Tuach yet to crack 30. There it is. 31 points for Boy Tuach, and you cannot touch him.
I like what you did there, especially over the shot blocker Kara Hopoi. Can he return the favor, go back at him?
Oh boy, leaves it behind him. Who else comes up with the steal other than Boy Tuach? Nice little pass away to Ledger. Waiting out on the corner was Pride. Barrow with the clutch rebound. 76 all. Tuach accelerates and stopped by Hunt. And out of time.
Those are one of those moments that are frustrating. The clock awareness wasn't there for the Tuatara. They don't have the fans to remind them to take that shot. And the Whai, big moments here. Can they close this game?
Both teams still with their BNZ player timeouts. We're heading into the last minute. We are 76 apiece. Coaches have called this timeout here. Take a look at this from Chris Jones. You're right, could have been the end one. Shot clock is winding down here. And Tuach has been too good.
The battle of Tuach and Jones. Their ability to get jump shots up over defenders with hands in their face is incredible, especially in clutch moments down the stretch like this.
Still in double-double watch for Tuach and Chris Jones. Jones on 26 points, Tuach on 31, both on 9 rebounds each. Tuach with 5 assists as well.
Okay, fans, we have got just over a minute left to go. It is 76 all, 76 to 76. So if you are
Ken Kapisi hyping up the crowd, and I'm sure everyone at home is excited and hyped up as well, because there is a minute and 7 seconds left to play. We're all tied up. The Auckland Tuatara fans watching from home will be willing their team on to get their first win of the season. Still plenty players to come. And Rob Lowe, Will Hickey, Dan Fortu, Chris McIntosh, Will Rasmussen, all missing. Whai as well, though. Still have Denham Brook to come, and remember Tatui Lewis out with the 3x3 Tall Blacks.
This will be a big moment for the Whai right now. We saw them in a close game similar to this against the Bulls. Had a few possessions that didn't go their way, a few turnovers. We'll see how they go tonight, if they've corrected those mistakes, if they can step up to the plate in this tight game.
Jones just winding down that clock. Pero Hunt goes flying, and that's better from Pero Hunt. Soft roll off the fingers.
I love that. I love that his confidence hasn't swayed in this game. He's only got 2 points, or had 2 points before that, now up to 4. See what the Tuatara can answer with.
Tuach, the danger man, has ball in hand. Jones does well to hustle him. Look at Jones go to work.
And the smarts to call the BNZ player timeout. Man, Chris Jones, I've been saying it, winning plays. That is a winning play, a winning mentality, getting after it against Tuach. Quick hands.
He has been a real standout. That BNZ player timeout, scan that QR code and get along to a game. Win some tickets to some of these games. As I mentioned, there's games all the way at Event Finder in Albany, all the way down to the deep south at ILT Stadium in Invercargill. It is worth the trip to go to some of these games, and worth the price of admission for everyone that showed up today for the Tauranga Whai. 2-point lead. They need a stop here, do the Tuatara. They are in the bonus. Pero Hunt trying to put the icing on the cake for this game. How did they keep that in? Bairstow. Jones, now they're looking for the foul. They get it. 10 seconds left. Great hustle and heart shown by the Whai.
Big plays right there. Great rebounds. We've spoken about the offensive rebounds. The Whai coming out on top with that one. Chris Jones. And he's having a game.
Cam Glidden has called the timeout. Still had some up his sleeve. Jones just looking to be injured. Or maybe he's just showing everyone the ice in his veins.
Can you check me? Can you check me? No, in all seriousness, I hope he's okay.
Good to see where this had happened.
Look at the hustle, though, from those Whai players getting after it. All 5 locked in, going after the ball.
Didn't see too much contact on that forearm.
So if you're enjoying yourself, play your plenty. Play your plenty. If you are enjoying
Hopefully
yourself,
he's okay. Surely just a funny bone.
can you please make some noise?
2 points ahead. The Tauranga Whai leading the Tuatara. Whai have had wins over the Rams and the Nuggets. Went down to the Bulls last round. They go up against the Panthers on Friday, the Whai. That's at the Panthers home at Bruce Pullman. Tuatara, they're at home against the Giants on Sunday. Plenty of rest time for these two teams.
Chris Jones on the line.
Chris Jones to shoot. Stadium fell silent. Everyone waiting with bated breath. Now that's a crucial miss. So it could have made it a 4-point deficit. Now it'll only be 3. 3-point shot for the Tuatara. Well, that's if he gets it. A 3-point shot for Tuatara could put us to OT if he does make this one. Oh, and he's missed, so it's a 2-point game still.
Yeah, there's definitely something up with his arm. Uncharacteristic miss from him and a foul on Tuach.
I mean, Tuach had to try it, make it look like it was a shot. Smart move, though, from Boucher. They got fouls to give. Let's wind down that clock.
Chris Jones really bothered by that arm, though, and it's dangerous if you keep him in, knowing that his arm's sore or can potentially miss those free throws, because he's an easy target to foul.
Timeout called this time by Matt Lacey. Big defensive play incoming. Are you making any changes with a couple seconds left?
Yeah, I'm not too sure right now. Depends how Chris Jones is feeling. Looks like he might sit this last little bit out. But the Whai got to stay locked in.
Well, he's not happy as Chris Jones.
Around 3 seconds what I saw last time. And so, in 3 seconds, we will know what's going to happen.
Some magic ice.
Okay, fans.
And the 17 seconds left in the timeout. Is it enough?
Boys, 3 seconds of energy. They are plenty. Tauranga.
See what the Tuatara goes to here. Obviously, Tuach has had the hot hand. But I also like the decision-making of Wiley, finding his teammates, playmaking, making things happen. So we'll see what they go with here.
You are Cam Glidden. Who are you asking to get that ball?
Nail-biting type of
The big position here. The Whai still don't have their BNZ player timeout. They've already used it.
3.5 seconds to go. They need to get a shot up, but they're going to go for the equal. They're going to go for the win. Not to be. Pride was not the man I expected to put up the shot after his shooting performance tonight. And the wrong option. And it is the Whai who get the win at 78-76, and they were made to work hard for it. The Tuatara electing to go for the dub and not draw it with an easy 2-point shot. Crystal Ledger Walker, your thoughts?
I am shocked that that is what they went with for their last play. Pride been very quiet this game, only 4 points. Surprised that he ended up with the ball in his hand. But let's not take away from the Whai, who stepped up and had a great game of basketball. Chris Jones, massive for them, 26 points. Flip Zanis showed up today, and so did Bersto. Those are 2 players that we spoke about needed to step up, and they definitely did. Tuach, though, and Chris Jones, 9 rebounds apiece.
No double-doubles.
Only needed 1 more. But Tuach again leading the way with assists, 5 to his name. Chris Jones getting it done for his team as well with 4. Hopoi, oh my goodness. Can we clip those 3 blocks?
Block party with Hopoi tonight.
They were amazing. He flew, he got up for those. And 3 steals for Chris Jones. Crucial down the stretch. He put the league on notice. Don't play with the ball around me. I will take it.
Chris Jones and boy Tuach were battling it out for the MVP, but Tuach was the standout. 1%. That's how much he beat Jones by. It was a very close battle, a very deserving MVP. Chris Jones had a little bit of a niggle to his arm. We do hope he is okay. But upcoming fixtures for the round. What a round it is. What a great way to start it with that 78-76 game. Saints host the Sharks tomorrow night. The Nuggets host the Jets. The Panthers and the Giants both play on Friday night. They host the Whai and the Bulls respectively. And on Saturday, it is the Airs playing the Hawks, the Sharks and the Jets. And on Sunday, the Rams and the Saints. And the Tuatara back home with the last game of the round against the Giants, looking for their first win. But currently they are 0-3. Will some of their big names be back for Sunday's clash? They will be hoping so, but I do think a lot of their youngsters really stood up tonight for the Tuatara. But that's it here from Mercury Baypark and at Tauranga. On behalf of myself, Crystal, and the rest of the Sky Sport crew, we thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the big game between the Saints and the Sharks. Good night, mā te wā.